What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the finals of the Webway Games GT. We are live here with Chaos Knights versus Ynnari, interestingly. Omar Khusrawi, who we watched in the semifinals game against Ian Powers, Hail of Doom, Eldari, and was able to pull out a win there against the meta army. But now, up against some Ynnari. We had an Eldari-dominated top 4 today for the event.
Yep.
And in fact, most of the undefeated games have been dominated by various Eldari sub-factions. But we are now going to see if Chaos Knights have what it takes to take down not only the standard Eldari builds, but also a Ynnari style, because we have Dan Wilmoth here playing these close combat-oriented elves. Should be a good one today, chat. I'm super excited to watch this game, and I hope everyone else is as well. We didn't choose a prediction outcome for the last one, but it was Chaos Knights taking the win. And let's drop a prediction for this time around.
So you move 14 normally?
These guys move 14.
So because of the ruins, there's no way that you'd be able to advance and charge me.
All right.
Yeah.
Prediction is up, chat.
You can't. If it's a straight line.
We're playing Warzone Knockmoon today. Nephilim would have been a little silly to force Nephilim on people 2 days after it had been revealed. Unfortunately for GTs, there's a list lock, which was 2 weeks ago, I think. So can't use that new stuff. That would have been a little ridiculous, which I think is appropriate. But just going through our deployment here, obviously going to be pretty quick for Omar, but Daniel,
all right, here we go.
We'll take a little bit extra time. And in the interim, we get to talk about some lists, chat. Should be pretty exciting. Hopefully correctly formatted list this time. Exclamation point lists in the chat if you want to take a look at them. We'll go through Omar's list very quickly here, because we saw it in the semifinals game, and it did very well. He pulled out some of the unique tricks and chicanery that Chaos Knights alone can perform in order to get some huge swings of primary objective scoring and catapult himself into a super strong lead going into the 5th battle round, which he eventually was able to convert into a victory. But in this list, it is a super heavy detachment coming out of House Herpetrax, so we are adding additional wounds to everything in the army. That's being led by a Knight Abominant. He's been upgraded with Blessing of the Dark Master, so cannot be rerolled against, and once he deals 10 wounds worth of damage in enemy casualties, he will become only hit on a 4+, which is very obnoxious, especially on top of that rerolls, that no rerolls or effect. However, you can Strains of Fate your way through it for the Eldari player on the other side. He also has been upgraded with a Soul Raptor Swarm, so he's going to debuff enemy morale and dread tests within his dread range. Following that up, we have a Knight Desecrator with Infernal Quest, so he does have objective secured, unlike the Abominant, which is the only model in the army that doesn't have an objective secured built in. He has Mark of the Dread Knight, so he's a 6+ damage ignore, and once he becomes favored, turns into a 5+ damage ignore, which we are stacking with the Veil of Medrengard to give him a permanent 4+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks and a 6+ against melee attacks. Following that up, we have a ton of War Dogs, 2 units of carnivores, 2 carnivores each, one with the Blood Shield to ignore invulnerable saves, the other one with Helm of Dogs and the Collar of Infernal Brass to give some additional protection against psychic powers. Then a Knight Brigand, or a War Dog Brigand, list, one with a Slash Subjugator Machine Spirit to buff its mobility, allows it to advance and fire its weapons, and potentially advance and charge once it becomes favored. But yeah, that's it. It's short and sweet. Pretty fast Chaos Knights list here, but definitely we've seen the resilience combos on the large knights be very effective for Omar in drawing fire from the smaller knights, the brigands and the carnivores, who are going to be the ones to close out the game with their 5 model objective secured. Generally speaking, the big downside of knights actually tends to be their resilience. So stacking all of the defensive attributes on those big knights makes it so it's extra difficult to kill them, and especially if they survive into the late game, once Omar is able to use the Harbinger ability to remove objectives secured from enemies within dread range, the 10 models per large knight can actually start to swing objectives their way, regardless of whether or not they have one of the objective secured effects. So even in situations where the War Dogs go down early, because they're slightly easier to kill than, or actually significantly easier to kill than the big knights, there is the potential that Armara is able to swing big primary objective points in the late game. So moving on to Daniel Wolmus' Ynnari army. We haven't seen Ynnari on the table so far yet, but they are kind of making a bit of a splash competitively, and especially with the nerfs to Hail of Doom and other Eldari builds. Ynnari seemed poised to do very well moving on into the Nephilim season. And a lot of people are taking this opportunity with this event to get some practice games in for Warzone Nephilim, and they're trying out new lists and new strategies, regardless of the fact that we are using the Nachmund GT rules. So this is a battalion detachment out of the Ynnari craft world. We're bringing a Warlock Skyrunner, as well as the Incarn and a Farseer Skyrunner, with the Kurnos Bow Mark of the Incomparable Hunter combo. Despite the fact we're not in Hail of Doom, so we can't automatically convert those hit rolls into wound rolls of 6 using Hail of Doom and Strands of Fate dice, that guy still will deal an appreciable number of mortal wounds and is probably still worth the combo of a Relic and a Warlord trait. We have 1 unit of Rangers, 1 unit of Guardian Defenders, 15 models in that one, so relatively large, as well as 1 unit of Kabalite Warriors, which can be taken in Ynnari detachments. As long as you don't outnumber your Craft World options in that slot, you can take Harlequin or Kabalites in there, and they still get the Ynnari sub-faction benefits. We also have 2 units of Striking Scorpions, 2 units of Howling Banshees, 1 Striking Scorpion with the Crushing Blows automatic wound Exarch power, 1 unit of Howling Banshees with Piercing Strikes, the other one with Crone Scream, so for additional mortal wounds on the charge. 1 unit of 10 Dire Avengers, or 9 Dire Avengers, my bad, with a double Shuriken Catapult on the Exarch, as well as 1 unit of 2 Warlocks, a Viper, a 9-man Swooping Hawks unit that we can use for To the Last, at least until that gets removed in Nephilim. Oh, and it looks like we are rolling to go first. Looks like a 1 for Omar and higher than that for Daniel, and Daniel is going to be taking the first turn.
All right, so you generate a CP.
I go up to 7, and I do my Fate dice. So 6 dice, I get 1 reroll, because I have 1 Farseer. Okay. So
just rounding out Daniel's list here while he completes his pre-games. We have a single Warwalker, 1 unit of 3 support weapons, D-cannons on all of them to give a little bit of indirect fire. D-cannon is one of the few weapons that doesn't care so much about the recent indirect fire nerfs, as well as an auxiliary support detachment with Jane Czar and a fortification network with a Webway gate. So allowing Daniel to teleport in out of that Webway gate with whatever he has in reserve, although I'm not sure what that is at this stage.
That's his favorite.
can you heal at all?
Nope, just this guy.
All right, move the clock out of the way. So these guys I can shoot if I can actually see them.
Yes.
So
Exclamation point lists
here,
in chat if you want to get the list, everybody.
Yes.
Okay. Is he special?
Nope.
The front guy's special, right?
Yep, that's why he's hiding.
Yeah, so okay, I think that's worth doing. So the Hawks are going to go out, so 14 gets them into here.
Yep.
Just big players build an entirely new list with 2 days' notice.
They are going to go right
that was
back
certainly
out,
a consideration
right
that the TOs were voicing beforehand. And I think, it's the right call to play with the rules that you previously announced. It was just an unfortunate timing for events this weekend, but that we got these Nephilim previews earlier in the week. But it is what it is. And unfortunately, I think we are seeing a little bit of a lower turnout for events this weekend than we normally would.
24.
But that is bound to happen in that season turnover period. Hopefully the next couple of weeks will be a little bit better. I don't know if events next weekend will use the Nephilim rules. I assume that they will, actually.
So,
and if you're within 12
but
of him,
who knows?
Like about here, it's -2 to your cast.
can you give me, so then, my cast range is 16. So, or 18 rather. So Okay, there's a spot that exists where I can be in 18 of the back one without 6 of the front one. You see what I'm saying?
You're like an inch and a half away from his
Yeah,
base.
so we're gonna go for that with my
Okay.
Warlock. Cool. So 18 of the back one, out of 12 of the front one, out of 24. I don't think I can do out of 24 of him.
What are you trying to cast?
Jinx.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, but you're gonna get a deny. I can't stop that.
Okay.
The Warlocks back here will advance.
Okay.
They'll just tuck right up against the wall. They're gonna quicken him back after he casts. That's why, because I have the auto cast, may as well use them.
Yep.
So pushing forward aggressively here is Daniel. Getting that Farseer in the center just to get a little bit of additional efficiency out of any of his guns that he is able to fire into those knights this turn. Although I imagine that we will see Daniel play relatively cagey on this first turn. He doesn't really need to push too far forward. I wonder what he plans to take the center objective with, since he does have Stranglehold, so he is incentivized to push a unit onto that to grab that free 3 CP, or VP, excuse me, at the start of the first turn, or end of the first turn, I guess.
Sorry, how many shots on his big gun again?
2.
2, okay. Okay. Warwalker is just going to chill. Rangers,
What's their movement?
7. So they're just going to walk to the middle and hold the objective to get my strangle, stay behind the building.
Yep.
So Rangers grabbing the center
We will do
objective,
Rod
so that'll
with
be an easy
those
stranglehold.
scorpions. So that Rod with the scorpions in the building, they'll fail on a 6. We'll hold it at the end. That's pretty much it. So, Psychic. Right. Don't want to risk exploding my Warlock, so we're just going to roll naturally to do Jinx. Oh, hold on. My Farseer want to do anything useful? Actually, no. There's nothing useful to do. So here's the Warlock. 8. That'll go off.
How many casts do we have?
1. So, nice.
So it won't. Apparently not. Okay.
My Warlocks in the back will do Quicken. I'm going to use one of my Fate dice to make it partly a 6, a 7, which is what it goes off on. He gets to move. He goes 20 inches.
Question.
Yes.
What? How many CP did you start with?
I started with 8. I spent 2, got 1.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, and we have to pick priority objectives. You pick one on my side, I pick one on your side.
That one.
Forgot to do that. I'm going to go with this one.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I figured.
All right, so that's...
Yeah, we do have
my
a bit of an
Farseer will cast
interesting,
the spell that gives me a CP.
objective movement phase.
So you're at 7 CP?
I'm at 7
For
CP at
these
the...
players.
Now I go up to 8.
We oftentimes see them...
The Avatar will cast the Invuln power. Fails.
Sorry, chat.
And that's my Psychic phase. Pew pew.
We oftentimes see them, the objective placements mirrored, because we are on Secure Missing Artifacts. So 5 objectives. The objectives on each player's side will be moved at the start of the game, and it looks like we did move them in an interesting way. It looks like Daniel did pull one objective on his side back, but Omar pushed his opposite objective forward while pushing his own defensive objective back. This one got moved slightly, but we have, but not, I guess, is in a similar position to Daniel's far objective there. And then the players will pick an objective that they have to score to get their bonus points every turn.
Just strength 4 AP nil.
Okay.
If you want, you can roll these dice.
Predictions
or I'll
closing
count them
pretty
out.
chat. Pretty,
3,
pretty
6,
soon.
9,
Looks like
12. You can
Ynnari
roll
with a
those
little
if you
bit of
want,
the
but 12 saves.
advantage here. Get those channel points in if you want to drop some bids.
I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. All right. And then they're going to teleport right back where they came from.
So he's at 8 wounds now? You still at his top bracket?
Okay. So nothing stops me from shooting him.
Nope.
So we'll shoot the Warwalker at you. Also no AP on his guns.
Well, you can't see through it, right?
I can, well, yes, because you're super heavy. I can shoot the big one.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shots, hitting on 3s.
Because yeah, I guess because it's obscuring.
Because it's obscuring, so I can literally see you through line of sight.
All right.
And you don't benefit from obscuring on the big one. I can't shoot the little ones. So hitting on 3s.
Okay.
This is strength 6, so wounding on 5s. 1 wound, no AP.
Goes through.
1 damage.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
So I use blue dice to track them. I put that here.
Got 'em.
He's at 27 wounds now.
Sure.
Interesting to see Warwalkers without shuriken
the
cannons.
Rangers will
Usually we
shoot.
see that, but we're
5
on scatter
attacks.
lasers today.
I
Daniel's
guess I'll
heavy
use
weapons.
these. No reason not to. So 1 hit, 2 hits. Here's the other 3. 5 hits.
Okay.
Strength 4, so 6s, but we'll also do a mortal if we get any. 2 AP1 and 2 mortals.
So I take 1.
Yep.
So I have 3 feel no pains.
Yep.
I take 3 more.
All right. Poke, poke, poke.
24 wounds.
I think that is the end of my turn. So for scoring, I stranglehold.
Okay.
I get the priority for 3. I don't. Let's see if I do a rod. Anything but a 6. All right. So I get 1 rod.
All right.
And no, bring it down. And over to you.
So you get stranglehold, no bring it down, and you got the rod.
Yep.
And the priority is that you just have to hold that.
I have to hold
correct?
that
And
one.
I have to hold this one.
Correct.
Okay.
So clock to you.
Cool. I gain a CP.
Yep. What does that put you at?
9.
Sweet.
Let's roll. All right. So he has his 10 inches. We agreed that he
Yep.
flips the objective.
And he's obsec, right?
That is mine. Yes.
Cool.
And he can see them. Not that it's going to make a huge difference.
Yes. Friendly reminder that anytime anything dies, she can show up.
I know, but that's.
Yep. I
I'm
know.
going to shoot them.
Yep.
I'm not charging them. But
Fair enough.
I really no. I actually appreciate that.
I don't want to gotcha you. I just.
Yeah.
Really good sportsmanship here from both these players.
He's going to run.
Yep.
Like reminding your opponent of the Incarn is like the height of
like I'm a little over the base here.
Yeah,
fair
sure.
play.
So I can touch the
given
touch.
that
Yep. Agreed.
it is
Yep,
such a
and he
gotcha
is
of a model.
Within
Incarn
9.
operating much differently than most other models in the game. It is able to be placed within 1 inch of the last model in any destroyed unit before that last model is removed. And that's on the Eldar player side or a Chaos Knight. So anytime any of these units die, she's going to be able to port across the table, which means that ability can be used both offensively and defensively. And especially with how tanky the Incarn is, if she can place into a position where she's not in grave danger, you can often use that if you lose your own forward deploying units to port her into very aggressive positions to have a really strong turn on the subsequent turn. Then, if you're able to destroy enemy units or even lose your own units in your own fight phase, she can use that teleport again to pull away from enemy counterattack. So, against Ynnari, focusing very heavily on when your units die is a really important game plan. And I think Dan is probably going to give us a masterclass here on how a unit like the Incarn plays. And it's interesting because it creates a little mini game for both players, effectively. Not only does Dan have to sequence his kills in such a way that the Incarn can escape combat, but also Omar has to make sure he doesn't kill or lose models in an inopportune place that the Incarn can then teleport aggressively into.
How does that work?
It's just a leadership 7. That's all.
Oh! I was like, are you? If I damage them,
I'm trying to explain why they're leadership 7.
I'm
No,
like,
they're not warp
what?
spiders.
I'm like, sir, what?
No. They're super dead.
All right. And then. Okay, psychic. 5 up, feel no pain. Goes off.
He's at 6.
Yep. Rerolling.
Yep.
Go.
There you go.
And then I'm gonna cast Vortex of Terror on them.
That sounds very painful.
Goes off.
All right.
It needs a 5. They are -1 leadership.
Okay.
In the future, it will matter on other units, but right now, the only relevant thing is they're -1 leadership.
Cool.
Because I mean,
Does it do anything like anything else?
basically, when they attack, like when they attack, they have to do a dread test,
Okay.
and if they fail the dread test, they are -1 to hit or to shoot. It's per phase.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
I remember this
Yeah,
one.
and
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
dread tests around
Yep.
him, it's 3d6 because
That's fine. Just so I know what to expect.
So this guy's gonna fire everything into them.
Yep. Go ahead.
2 hits. What's your tough?
They are T3.
2 wounds, no AP.
5 up armor, so you kill 1.
Okay. 2 shots from his big gun. 1 hit.
Yep.
Nothing.
Wow.
Good stuff.
All right.
No.
You got a brigand, right? Yeah.
He's gonna fire everything into them.
Yep.
So doing 12 shots, re-rolling, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. A single 1 converts. They're T3, you said?
Yep.
Wounding on 2s.
Yep. I'll roll your dice if that's okay.
Yeah, please do.
So
AP2.
AP2. Well. Oh look, they all failed.
Okay.
They have 5
Okay,
up armor.
so the ranger unit's down. Now the question is
Yeah,
whether
I'm
or not
gonna
that
not
incarn
teleport.
ports.
So
Yeah, no.
you can
sure?
kill my rangers. Yeah.
Are you
I
sure?
think, and
On
Omar,
consideration.
appropriately, they're killing the rangers in such a position that the area the incarn would teleport into is threatened by the night charges. We could potentially maybe have pulled the last casualty in the back here to make this charge very difficult. But if it goes off and the incarn dies this early, that's potentially a game-losing swing for Dan. So it just doesn't want to risk it, which I think is very appropriate. Omar looking for situations to get out of the threat of the incarn, and that's a good way to do it. So I think a good rule of thumb against Ynnari is try to put heavy melee presence near enemy units that you're going to shoot to death, and try not to kill them in the fight phase, because then the incarn can appear and activate immediately when the opponent's turn comes around.
Okay. Let me plan my turn before I choose.
So what I'm going into now is basically when you want to shoot something.
Dread test to shoot you and charge you?
Yep. If you fail the dread test on the charge, you're halved. Do you know how the rule works?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Good talk.
I can only shoot the closest if I fail,
Yep.
and I can have my charges
if
if I
you're within
fail.
12 of him, it's 3d6 drop of ones.
12 of him. Okay. If I'm outside, doesn't matter, and if I'm inside and shooting the closest, also doesn't matter. Yep.
Hey, everyone has the order.
Yep.
Now the shenanigans begin.
So he goes 10, right?
Yep.
So I could just move block him, and then peek my D cannons here and get direct line.
Okay.
28 wounds or something?
27 right now. 24.
Oh, he took a bunch. No, the other one took a bunch, yeah. 24?
Yeah, he's 24.
Okay. Yep, because he took a couple chip damage.
Yep, he's 28. Just buffed out the ass.
Yeah. We'll leave him alone for now. How far can that guy? He can move 12 in charge, right?
12. Yeah.
But he has no melee.
He's not punching.
Yeah. If you want to charge Aspect Warriors, I'm kind of okay with it. Does he have any good buffs on him?
No.
Okay. I could just send Piercing Mortal Wound Banshees out into him. Worst case, we charge there. I like that. I don't have a charge dice, though, which makes that awkward. Incarn doesn't want to go into anything yet. I probably want to pop out of this gate, kill one, and steal from you. I could do it with the Kabalites. Could pop out both squads and just go. How many attacks these guys get? Like a million? Only 6?
6, but it can be times 2.
Okay, so
They hit on
12.
twos.
Yeah. And they're 14 wounds?
Yep.
So I'd really have to pop out both. But I do need Rod. Decisions. It would deny you priority, which is kind of a big deal.
Pardon?
Just talking to myself, but denying you priority would kind of be big. Okay. That means we are going to keep a hit, because I don't care about my charge rolls. They have no guns, right?
No, they have stubbers.
Okay.
They're not. I'm not Overwatch.
You're not going to Overwatch with those. Well, I'm going to charge you with Banshees, so you're not going to Overwatch anyway.
Fine. Okay. Sure, make up rules.
Who's the wounded guy that I pumped a bunch of shots into?
Him.
He ran away.
Yeah.
How dare he? Okay. Makes sense. So we have to go around the building, so measuring from the back of my base. 10 to there. Yeah, it's okay. It's from the back of the base, so he'll go there.
All right.
Just be annoying.
Yeah,
Hawks are going to probably
good,
fly out.
move blocking position here from Dan. He is essentially using his own fortification, which is an obstacle and can't be moved through. It has to be parkoured. As well as the ruin wall. So we have the ruin wall here, the engagement range from the Warwalker, and then the obstacle from the Webway gate right here, which means a knight would have to either arc its way through this way, which is pretty difficult, or go all the way around all of these models, which is also obnoxious. And it looks like we're going to be placing... Well, these are our swooping hawks, so those guys will not be there at the end of the turn. They're just gonna chill probably, and then take a turn off. And interestingly, if Daniel elects to push heavily from the Webway gate along this right-hand side, he actually doesn't need to push to the center objective at all. He can cede that to Omar and basically leave Omar's heavy knights, his big despoiler class, out of the fight for another turn or so, because they're not in a good position, and they certainly don't want to fight in that bottom right-hand corner because they'll be so far away from the remainder of the Eldar army. Whereas Daniel just gets to use his superior mobility and ability to hide to just keep plinking away at them over and over and forcing them to make the long trek across the table.
So we'll go outside 24 of him, 18 here.
You're at ATP?
Did I forget to get one? I feel like I did.
Yeah, so you're at 8.
So
You're at 9.
I'm at 9, yeah. Because I did my fate dice and then stalled and forgot.
Definitely some Eldar shenanigans, chat, for sure.
All right, so we will advance the Banshees.
Both of these armies pretty good at shenanigans, though, to be fair. I think Chaos Knights sort of embody the game plan of just doing shenanigans at your opponent. Although, obviously, they back that up by also being like a 3-story stompy metal robot. That certainly doesn't hurt at all.
I'm going to CP re-roll that. So here's the new roll. All right, we're going 9. So 9-inch charge it is.
So it was a 1-1?
Yeah.
That sucks.
But we are 15 to this knight, so it would be a 6-inch charge to him. So we'll set up for both.
I mean, you still have to do the leadership thing.
Yes.
Which could have your charge.
I could make them lead 10, though.
What's your leadership?
8.
Okay.
And Jane's R gives them +2 if she's within 6 of them.
She gives them +2 leadership?
Yes.
Wild.
The Webway gate also gives me +1 because it's inspiring for Eldari.
And I can't destroy it.
You cannot. That's correct. It's a terrain feature. It's an obstacle.
You might roll boxcars. It happens.
So Jane's R will tuck up in the building, so she's within 6 of her,
Yep.
which gives them the leadership buff. Make that less likely to be mean to us. So
Some strong counterplay from the Eldar leadership buffs there. I would love to see inspiring be a relevant keyword in this game.
This
That
guy
would
will
be
chill where he is
awesome.
as well.
Can't shoot, but
Yeah. 18 of that, so I can jinx it.
okay.
So I think that's it
End
for
of your movement
moves.
phase?
Yeah.
So things are just popping out.
Yep. Let me make sure I'm not missing any moves, but I'm pretty sure we're good. Jane's R will keep chilling. Avatar keep chilling. So someone will have to go there. No, I'll take this one. I don't need that one, but then I don't hold you. Well, that dies. Okay, we're good. Talking to myself. So they come in within 6 of the Webway gate. So, yeah, we could come in melee with you, but we won't. We'll just stand right here. So we can shoot you with pistols first.
Okay. Now, with fight first, it means after your first fight, I can still interrupt, right?
Yes, but Banshees make you fight last, in addition, if they charge you.
And both of these are Banshees?
Banshees and Scorpions, one of each. And then a big brick of Guardians is also going to come out of the Webway. Line up shots either into these or that. They have 18-inch range, so... And we'll also set them up for unfailable charge into the close knight.
Okay.
Hello. So he'll be in there, so he won't be able to shoot.
All right.
All right.
Psychic?
Psychic. So we'll start with the Avatar. She's going to do Shield of Ynnari.
Where's that?
She's in the back building. Should be out of range of everything.
Yeah.
Goes off on an 11.
Okay.
So that's going to go off on the Banshees. It'll turn them from a 5-up invuln to a 4-up invuln.
Gross.
Love
that for you.
I don't think any of the other... she'll do... I actually have to look up a spell.
I was sent by Trevi for a task, which is that I think these guys come out of the Webway.
Yes.
So they have to be wholly within 6 of both.
Yes.
Okay.
6 of here. So, fair enough. But from the middle point...
Thanks, Trevi.
No. He was getting up out of the train. I have to walk to the office. It's like, you go check.
Yeah, the Webway positioning is relevant right here because if they fail and they have to they force a half charge, then it could be a little bit awkward if they fail their dread test.
No more spells from her. Jinx from the Warlock. Fails. He doesn't like doing that today. Smite from my Farseer into the Big Knight. 7. That will go off for 2 mortals.
Yep.
Poke.
Poke.
And he will Ghost Walk my Banshees.
What does Ghost Walk do?
+2 to charges.
All right.
7 will go off.
So it's 7. Actually, I'm gonna try and deny that. Can I?
Think I went out of... Yeah, I'm out of deny range. Yep. Because his base is bigger than 6. Yeah. I'll spend a CP to do the +1 CP power. No, he's done. I'm not spending a CP.
Okay.
The power he has gives me a CP, so there's no reason to do it. The Warlock's hiding back there. Nothing.
So you're still at 8.
I'm still at 8. Yeah. That's it. So shooting. Farseer will go first.
Who's the Farseer?
Guy on a bike. 3 pistol shots into the front knight. He hits on 2s.
Okay. Winning on?
Strength 6.
So
5s. 2 mortal wounds.
It's just 2 mortal wounds?
If he wounds you, it does a mortal. If he gets a 6, it's 2. So just 2 mortals.
So let me do my feel no pain then.
Yep.
1 goes through.
And then I will spend 1 CP, so he battle focuses 6 inches. He's going through terrain, so he only goes 3.
Okay.
I will go with the D cannons.
What's that?
D cannons.
All right.
They're going to shoot the knight.
And they're -1 to hit?
They are not, because I can see you. True line of sight.
Okay.
3, 4, 3, 6, 7 shots.
Why 7?
It's D3 shots each.
So you roll
5, a 6, and a 1. So 1 auto hit.
Okay.
Using my fate dice. Hitting on 3s. And then strength 12. So 4 potential wounds.
Yeah, I do want to
wounding on 3s.
commend Dan for
I will CP reroll.
talking out his thought process over the course of the game.
So down to 6.
Which I'm sure
so 4 wounds,
I think
AP,
is
4.
largely for his own mental focus, but certainly helps us as well.
D6 plus
get
2.
an insight into his thoughts, which is super helpful.
6 and 4, so 10 damage total.
Feel no pain. So I block 2.
Okay.
So I take 8. 3.
Those D cannons plowing enormous damage into the knights. So that really, I think, helps
and
out
I will
this
spend
Eldar
2
game
to do
plan
fire and fade, so they get to move 7.
of playing a kind of an objective trading game because they put so much pressure on your opponents, and especially your opponent's heavy armor, that they have to move aggressively to try to deal with them. And if they don't, they will eventually be pecked to death by those D cannons. That unit's super powerful, and especially in a faction where it can fire and fade, so it's not that worried about the indirect fire rule.
Hawks, we'll do this guy first. 12 shots into the big knight.
12 shots?
Yep. 3s. I'm shooting the closest, so I don't have to roll leadership. Strength 6.
3 misses?
They hit on 3s.
No, you got 3 misses, I mean.
Oh, yes, 3 total. Sorry. 5s. That was pretty good. So 5 wounds, no AP.
What a wound roll. Hot damn.
1 damage.
3-0 through.
Good save, though.
3-0 through.
Okay.
Slowly but surely, plinking away at the Knights with our small arms fire.
Guardians. No, Hawks
Is there
first.
some?
He has no melee, so Hawks.
Is that some PTSD there,
So
chat?
36
Pining for your pre-nerf Fire and Fade. This might be the
on
last time we see it on stream, everybody. Fire and Fade that you can use
Sixes are
multiple
auto.
times a game. Can you imagine?
Okay. And then 6s again to wound.
Yep.
And this is all AP 0, 1 damage. So
Looking for 3s. He takes 4 more. Three more.
3 more total.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at 7.
So
Not
interesting
too
that
hot.
we are
Yep.
pounding damage into this
They're teleporting
despoiler. Like
into
I
the
said,
corner.
the despoiler is the most difficult knight, I think, on the table, especially for the Ynnari to kill this turn. Obviously, if the
7
entire
wounds
army
left.
shoots it, they can deal some significant damage.
Okay.
But
The whole
it
Guardian
means that-
squad will shoot you.
Roll your leadership.
Yep.
Are you within 12?
Him.
Yep.
Sure.
So roll 3d6, drop the lowest.
Okay then. So
Okay.
I dropped the lowest, so they got a 4.
Yeah, so you're
So
fine.
Dread Test
Yep.
is
Unless
just
they're
fine.
lead-
So
They
the
are
Guardians can
leadership
fire whoever
7
they
plus
want.
1 for the Webway
I was
gate.
gonna say unless they're leadership 3.
So
3, 6. So they're 30 shots.
the downside here is that the
What was that?
6s to hit.
aspect warriors are
explode.
going to be firing,
Okay,
fighting
and are the sixes
into
wound?
No.
Okay.
No, I have to
the
actually roll
war
6s to wound
dogs
as well.
without any
So here you go.
help,
That was a lot of 6s though.
which is asking quite a
really
bit
good
of
volley,
those little
actually.
guys.
Yeah, you don't have rerolls here, right?
Nope. I don't really have rerolls in the army. I have a couple like Exarch buffs that do it, but that's it. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah, chat would have
extra.
passed even if he didn't have the drop
3,
one.
6, 9.
Does
Yeah,
this
that's
include new
perfectly
point
fine.
values and new missions? No, this is a GT. So the rules
AP
lock
1,
was,
AP 3 on 6s.
was a couple weeks
So
ago.
I think it's all the same.
So no Nephilim
It's all
today,
the
just
AP3
Nakmund.
actually, because it's 6s.
Who's ready for the return of the Space Marine Rhino next season? I hope so, chat. I hope we see some Rhino rushes like
7.
upcoming.
Just enough. Haha.
4s.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 5 6-ups.
Can you survive?
Hold on,
buddy?
let me clear the. There you go.
All right, he's got 1 wound left.
Ooh, drops the despoiler to a single wound.
I have a tiger, baby.
Yeah.
Pretty important because that
So,
despoiler will be
2 Banshee
scoring
shots.
Omar that center
They got
objective.
pistols.
Okay.
So they do have to
See
do
if we
leadership
can
first,
plink it with the
'cause,
Banshee pistols. Not like this.
6. They're leadership 10 right now, so I think that's good. All right, so 2 pistols. Give me 1
Hitting
second. They hit on 3s, and they're shuriken, so just strength 4.
So just 2 shots.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Banshees, what do you got? Do we roll a,
So here's the
a
shots.
bunch of
1 hit.
BM6s?
Nothing.
All right, well, the despoiler lives. Good job, despoiler. Charge it with the Warwalker. Go get him.
10 OPSEC models.
Need him to survive.
Yeah.
Shooting's done.
Oh, it was going to be a 9-inch into him.
So,
We should be just at 10.
huh?
They should be just at 10.
Yep.
So
So,
9-inch into him.
roll your leadership.
Yeah, I got to do it. So 9-inch into him, and we'll just ignore the other guy. So here's the leadership. 7. Their leadership 10, so they can do it. Just looking for a 7, I guess. 7 plus 2 for Ghost Walk.
Yeah. No. You got it.
So the Banshees do get the charge into the spoiler, and this is the Crone Scream unit, I believe. So we are going to deal mortal wounds on the charge and
And now
potentially
their
kill that little guy.
leadership-
8.
And by little guy, I mean enormous.
Over here,
War Machine.
the
But that was a
Banshees
ton of
will
work
charge
that went into killing
just
the
this
model.
guy.
Okay.
10.
You fail your leadership first.
Oh, well, let me roll the leadership separate then, because that was the charge. They fail, so 10 goes to 5, so they still make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but it's just less
Yep.
movement.
Absolutely. So she'll go to, oh, I have to be a little careful here.
Look
So
at
she'll
this,
just go here.
The
Can you
sequence
heroic?
of rolls is a little silly. 10 into 11 to
And
fail
we'll
the
get you
leadership
with the
but
consolidate.
make the
They
charge.
turn off Overwatch, they
And
make
that
the
is
fight
why the
last.
positioning on those web gates makes a big
The
difference.
scorpions
because
will
I think
go.
if Dan had rolled
Leadership?
Leadership
almost
first.
any lower
So
on
are
that
the
charge
scorpions
distance,
within?
they would have. They
don't
actually would have
think
failed.
So. Oh, yep, no, they are.
All right, roll an extra die in there. Yeah, they
All right,
super
so
fail.
they fail, so half their charge. So
This is
they're
top of 2, chat.
2 inches away. So 7 goes to 4.
Okay.
So,
Are the scorpions obstac?
nope, just the Guardians.
Gotcha.
And now the Guardians will charge you.
Okay. And they're
So
within
putting
12.
Guardians
Yep,
on the
so
objective. So the
here's
hope
their
is
leadership.
that for Dan that we can
9,
kill
they fail.
the and the Guardians fail. So half their charge. Can they get
8,
in there?
which goes to 4. But we're right here. But
So
we
I
don't go very
believe
far.
that they can. But the hope is that the 2 aspect warrior
I need to
units
get
can
at
kill
least 5
this
models to
model,
contest him,
and then we can put
assuming
at
he
least
dies, or
5 on
10
this
if I want to
objective.
do it no matter
Kill
what.
this despoiler, and that's going to drop the Chaos Knights down to a 4-point primary. Now that is a huge investment for Dan, but what he's hoping is that his overcommittal into this flank will allow, will force, Omar to start killing these units in melee, and that is going to allow the Incarn to
Banshees
teleport
make
to
him
that
fight
side of the
last,
table,
Banshees make
hopefully
him
at the
fight last.
end of Omar's subsequent turn,
start of the fight
and
phase,
that will
Crone
give the
Screen goes
Incarn the perfect opportunity to
On a
get in
2-up,
there
you
and
take
start
D3 mortal
removing
wounds,
these
plus 1
knight
per charge
models
I've made.
from
So
the
2 up.
table.
Nope.
Crone Scream does not trigger on the despoiler. Oh no!
We'll go with them first.
And we're gonna fight first with those Banshees.
pile in,
Both
so
the charge targets this turn should be fighting last
so we'll
because
go
of
with
the
the
Banshee
extra first,
charges.
4.
Can they kill the despoiler? It would be pretty unlikely for the despoiler to survive here, but these Banshees are only wounding on 5s.
Now I can swing
With
through.
no
The
rerolls,
Exarch
I don't
moves
believe.
here. I'll do the Exarch first, see if it matters. 2, 4, 6, 8. She hits on 3s. She's strength 4, but she gets +1 to wound.
5.
Nothing. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 baby girls. Does he have an Immol in melee? Okay. Also hitting on 3s.
So I think that was the Exarch with
Also wounding on 5s. 3 AP, 4, 1 damage.
All right.
2 go through.
No, yeah.
We're gonna CP reroll a
He's got
6
1
plus
left,
save
right?
here.
Yep.
Okay.
So, feel no pains. Yeah, I'm dead.
All right.
Oh,
You
but
wanna
we got
explode on
him.
me?
That was definitely worth the expenditure there, I think.
Yep.
If you force it down to only having to make 1 5-up, that would have been a huge deal. I appreciate
Okay.
the
Does that automatically happen?
the try
No,
there for
I have to
Omar.
roll 4 up.
All right.
No.
Over here, I will go with upgraded Exarchs. We'll go with the Banshees first.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a CP.
No, we'll go with the Scorpions first. Yeah, what do you do?
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna spend a CP to make him -1 damage.
Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna put them up here.
Yeah.
I'm just piling into the building.
I made it hard for you to get on the objective.
Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the normal dudes. Hitting on 3s.
Can't wait to
Gross.
use the the
Strength
Abaddon
5,
despoiler.
so 5.
He's basically a knight. He effectively costs as much for sure.
One of those die fell out.
Hits
Okay.
probably harder.
5s. 1.
AP.
1.
Fine.
Yep. And then the Exarch. 2, 4, 6, 7 attacks. If he hits you, he wounds you.
Okay. What's he hitting on?
3s, but the 6s are 2. So 2, 4, 5, 6 wounds. AP 2, 2 damage. Which goes
No,
to 1.
1 damage. I take 3.
2 extra for the 6s.
Oh, 2 extra.
Yeah.
I take 4.
Yep.
He's down to 10.
All right. One guy can pile and touch. Well, we'll leave that spot for a guardian. So they'll just. I'm just gonna squeeze in and place them.
Were we doing mortal wounds or chat? This says definitely don't do mortal wounds.
Hey, I'm just gonna. You're not fighting here anymore. I'm gonna roll the 4 up and spend a 2 CP real quick. Oh my god, he's alive!
All right.
3 wounds.
So does he bounce out of combat though?
Yeah, he's
okay.
It's close as possible.
So what I'm gonna do though is when he dies, I'm gonna consolidate so that you can't land back on the objective.
So it's but it's as close as possible.
Okay.
On the let me pull up.
Yeah. So.
Because it's not like he can't really move from where he is.
Okay. So I get to pile my banshees in, right?
What?
After I fight you, did you remove does the model get picked up?
Let's find out.
Yep.
So we are
I've
respawning
only
the
used this-
despoiler.
I've literally only used this
It
twice.
did respawn, but the question is whether or not we can stop
or
it
3
from
times. Actually, this is the first time
holding
it's
the
worked.
center objective. That is worth 4 victory points.
So it's does not explode. Roll 1d6 at the end of phase. Set that model back up on the battlefield.
So you set it. You set it back up, so it would get removed.
Okay.
I would pile in.
Got it.
And then you set up.
Okay.
Yep.
So where would it go?
So it would go. So
that was
just lift it
the
straight up.
exploding 6s. Oh, because he automatically
pile
moves
in.
chat. Of course. That's my bad. Yeah, because he has
Something
crushing
like
blows
that.
on this.
And now set it up as close as possible to
XR.
there.
And the damage is being
And an inch
reduced
away
by
from
the
me.
Chaos Knight's Trap.
Exactly. Yep.
And it looks like we're going to bounce back at the despoiler a little bit. So despoiler
What's
is
their morale
back,
right now?
and hopefully we'll be able to clear
They
out
are
some,
leadership 8.
Okay.
some Eldari, but unfortunately we'll not hold down the objective.
Yep.
Looks like we might
Banshees
be
are gonna
angling
go
for
over
a
here.
Terror Shades
Same target.
at the morale phase, but we do have to see if this
Does he have
War
an
Dog
inroad?
dies.
Not a melee.
Okay. So hitting on 3s. Strength 4 plus 1 to wound, so wounding on 4s. These are AP 4 1 damage.
Oh, they just go through.
Yeah, so 6.
So he's got 4 left.
And then the XR. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 attacks. Five hits, looking for 4s. 3.
Does he have 1 wound left?
It's AP 3, so you'd get a save. I'm debating a CP,
I saved
but I wasn't going to do it anyway because the Guardians might kill him. So he's got 2 left.
The Guardians might
Look at that,
kill
extra
him.
wound, doing work.
Yeah, the extra wounds always do work. Every
right.
single game.
And then
All right,
these guys
Guardians,
get to go.
it's all on you, boys.
So 3 inches. We're
Boys
just
and
gonna wrap
girls,
you
get
so
on
you
in
can't fall
there.
back. I know you were planning on doing that. All piling.
It's always an awkward situation when you're banking
spinning
on
around you
Guardian defenders
as
dealing
they
damage in
go.
melee in order to enact your game plan, especially
2,
they have to
4,
deal 2
6, 8,
wounds
9
to a
to
T7
swing.
model.
How many attacks each?
1.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s.
Wounding on.
Wounding on 6s. They're punching you. They don't have melee weapons. Nothing.
Cool.
And then they get to pile in another 3. We won't touch
Pepperoni.
this war dog.
That's really
Yeah, so
smart.
now we just need that War Dog to kill almost any number of
swing
models
back.
out of the
You
Guardian
do.
Defender unit. I wonder if we see a lightning fast reactions popped here for the Eldari to keep them alive.
No. She cannot. She can't teleport into engagement range.
Does he have any debuffs?
-1 to hit if you target banshees.
I'm not targeting the ranges.
And no debuffs.
All right.
But whatever 2 wounds does for him.
He's hitting on 4s. I'm going to pop a CP to reroll 1s because you're on the objective, and everything's going to go into your OPSEC models.
What is that? What does that put you at?
It puts me at 5.
Okay.
So 12 attacks.
Yep.
Oh, shit. You already did that. Sorry.
No problem.
Good intentions. 12 attacks, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Yeah, this will be a big swing if
New
Omar's
melee
able
monster.
to clip
Yep.
off the Guardians here.
He hits on 4s on his lowest bracket because he hits on 2's base.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, the Carnivores are
That's
2+
why
weapon
I
skill.
don't leave without my
Brackets only to
carnivores.
4s.
Moving on 2s.
Good
Sounds
conversion. Let's kill some Guardians here. Oh no, that's so many
All right,
ones.
5 at AP4.
5 AP4.
Should still be enough, I think.
So you'll kill 5.
Okay,
So
so
I'll pull
that
all the ones
should
that aren't on the objective, which will
hold
be
the
10 on the
objective
objective.
I'm not done
for
yet. I got other bullshit to do in
Uh-oh.
morale.
Oh,
What's their
yeah
leadership?
They are
for
elite
the
7.
Okay.
Uh,
so they're
yeah,
6.
for the Chaos
So they're elite
Knights.
6. We're in the
So I
morale
think we're
phase
gonna
now.
Terror Shades them
I'm
to
gonna
try to
pop a
clip them
CP
off.
for Terror Shades.
All right.
Roll 3d6 on these guys.
Is this a leadership check?
No.
Okay.
At the start of the morale phase, it's a dread test.
Okay.
So
cool.
3d6, drop the lowest,
Yep. So a 9.
and you are leadership 6.
Yep.
So that's 3. That's 3 more mortal wounds on you.
All right. So that kills 3 more.
Right?
Yep.
Now roll your leadership.
Now there's no point to auto pass, so I'll just roll it.
It's 3d6. It's 2d6 drop the lowest because you're within 12 of him.
Oh, on leaderships too?
Yep.
Okay, so they'll fail.
And you're -1 on your combat attrition.
4, 5, so 5 left.
This morale
so
phase
not
chicanery
threes.
for the Chaos
Right,
Knights
so they'll
is
be gone.
rude.
Ones and
Oh
twos.
my god!
Well, they're below half as well.
Huh?
They're below half
So
strength
it's
as well.
3s too.
Yep, so they all die.
All right, cool.
Wow! The morale killed
All right.
6.
So
We saw
undoes the rep. We're
6
still in combat here.
Guardians
I still
die
get
there,
strangled
so it
because I have
was
my 3.
3 from
you preserve your
the
4
Terror
primary.
Shades plus 6
Well
in the
played.
actual command.
So I get strangled
morale
for 3.
So the morale phase just killed 9 of those 15 Guardians and wiped the unit.
Spears were
Crazy.
trying rod. The shining spears.
So that will block
So they need a 3 or
Stranglehold.
less.
Oh no, it will not block Stranglehold.
All right, so that's another rod.
So you're 4 for rod.
Yep. And
the center objective.
I control 1.
do I get a?
but it
Do I
will
count?
continue
Does this count
to
for breakdown
score
or is it end game? I think.
the,
I think it's endgame.
Yeah, me too. And then for tertiary, I hold my
8
primary
points
for
on
3.
primary for Omar.
And then you get an 8.
I got an 8. You got 3 for stranglehold.
Yeah,
3 for 6
if you want to see more the morale phase and
you're
leadership
4 for
effects,
Necromund, right?
in full swing, it is in the Chaos Knights Codex because that is the entire point of their Codex. And most of the time, it's kind of a meme.
Alright.
But as we've seen in Omar's last 2 games, it's actually,
got
especially
6 inches
against
of
these
movement.
Eldari armies that are relatively
be enough to
small,
get 'em on the objective.
middling leadership,
Absolutely.
expensive units,
heroic,
the
right?
morale tests are absolutely brutal.
They do have a 4-pin one. That's the only thing they have right now.
Now, I have to imagine that Omar's probably going to maybe attempt the same thing, where he starts to clip these units out in shooting and tries as hard as possible not to kill them in melee. Now, the other important thing about removing that Guardian Defender unit, and the other reason that it's so powerful, is exactly this. Omar can now just leave combat with that War Dog, which otherwise would have been wrapped by the Guardian Defenders and not able to escape combat.
Then this guy did Storm of Darkness, so he's not.
So I'm just going to turn my microphone up there a little bit. I just noticed I'm really
I did
quiet.
Storm of Darkness on this guy.
But that means that it's not going to be stuck in
So
with
you're gonna stay in
the-
combat.
Yeah, so
to
I'm
complete the
stuck in
action.
combat, so I can keep the actions.
All good.
So he's stuck there.
with no, it
that's
looks
fine.
like he's going to actually elect to remain in melee there
So what would I have to roll
in order
touch
to
this
score
objective?
his Storm of Darkness.
So you'd have to go from the back. It's like 4 forward, and then you can go straight around. So from here, 4 plus a 9, so 13 inches.
Oh, so I literally just need 2 units.
Makes sense.
Yep.
There you go.
Cool.
Good.
So
Only the
mine for
Titanic
real, for
Knights
real.
can move over infantry chat. Yeah, it's not the little guys. The War Dogs are just regular
what
vehicles.
does the Abominant want to do? Where are your deniers?
Basically right in the front of the buildings at this point.
What's 20?
Yeah. So that's as close as you can get if you don't want it to be denied. Okay.
I have a moon here. I'm just gonna like.
Sure. Just toe in.
Well, I'm towing because there I can draw a straight line.
So he's a character.
Oh, well, that.
That's why he's sticking out a little.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use my. Sure. Make things marginally harder to hide between the ruins and stuff.
Yep.
All right, psychic phase. Feel no. Oh, let me get my CP back. So I'm at 5 now. I get it. Oh
Yep.
God, I get it. Holy shit. And I'm gonna vortex of terror these girls.
Sure.
They're scared.
Goes off on a 5.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. It's 5 and 6. It's not like a
A
brutal.
lot of the spells are easier now.
Yeah. Oh, and I did get grind last turn.
Oh yeah.
You can kill
Because you
anything.
kill. I killed the knight. It counts as a kill for grind.
It counts. As, oh, and
And that was start. Oh, but you got it on the first turn.
Yeah,
You
I
have
did.
to. You have to get at least 1 kill now to get grind.
that right because you went first. I'm used to going first.
Well, I got 1 and you got
Yeah.
1 already.
Yeah.
So you need 1 more. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Should
Let's
be
shoot.
should be easy.
He is going to fire everything into. They're always -1 hit, right?
Yep.
He's going to fire everything into them.
Sure. He's
So,
just got an in.
5s. 1 hit from the big gun.
Yep.
1 wound from the big guy, AP 4.
I'll just auto pass.
All right. 4 stubber shots. 1 hit.
So just firing into the Warwalker here. If we'd
No,
converted that
no,
laser
no,
destructor, it would have been nice, but
Okay.
not through Strands of
He's
Fate.
gonna fire everything into them. Rerolling ones.
Yep, -1.
Yep. 12. So chain cannons, 4s, rerolling ones.
Yeah, one thing that Omar has mentioned a couple times is how much, and we saw it come into play in the previous game, is how much he enjoys playing on the chess clock with the Knight faction because the resolution for each turn is so fast. He can take significantly less time than his opponent to complete his turns, which gives him that additional bump on that I guess quote unquote win condition.
He's gonna fire everything into that. So Volkites.
Yep.
Sure.
Nice. Do that again. Oh. T6.
3 wounds.
And this
81.
is 3 damage each.
Yep.
So 3 damage. It's dead. It explodes. It does immortal to your big knight.
Yes, it does. I'm down to 2 wounds.
Aha! Tickled.
Warwalker plinks the Despoiler in revenge.
Was getting my
Would've been
psychic
funny
phase,
if
so I
he
did
had,
get 3 for Storm.
Gone back down
Yep.
to that. Not quite.
And that
At
makes
least the
this
War Dog's
objective
still
sad
there,
for me,
that's
right?
fine.
Yep. So you're now -2 leadership.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just about making your life as hard as possible. I can't
Yep.
shoot anything that's in there. Look at you, so smart, so good at this game.
Heidi, Heidi.
Okay.
'Tis the Eldar way.
Charge.
Yep.
Makes it.
I'll say.
Charge.
Yep.
So this is where things get a little bit awkward.
No, they
chat,
only fight last when they charge you.
because now we're
They do.
going
I do
to
fight first, so all of my stuff fights if they charged. So I'll get to.
So
we'll be alternating no matter what.
We'll be alternating no matter what. Now, okay. So if he charges in here
Yep.
and he kills them,
Yep.
how does the Ynnar's teleport?
Within an inch of the last model removed.
So, and then can they retreat and charge?
Anything can fall back and charge for a CP in my army. 2 CPs if I also want them to shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, so Omar remaining cognizant of the Ynnar's
Okay, but it's got to
teleport.
be within an inch of the last model charged.
Yeah, with the last model I removed.
Last model. So you basically
I
remove
wonder
this
if his
model
game
and
plan
you
is going to be to
do-
try to block
Well, it could be anywhere
any potential
around her.
landing zones for the Ynnar's.
Okay.
If we can
Now,
get that
yeah, if I
last
charge you,
War Dog
I-
in onto the Banshees,
We'll be
I'm actually
alternating
not
back
sure
and
that the
forth.
Ynnar's
So either way, we're
can
gonna
place
alternate.
near
Yep.
them.
You're not charging? Okay.
All right. My
Now, just so you're aware, if I kill you, I can teleport off of your death.
I'm charging.
Okay.
I make it.
Yep.
I'm just.
I'll let you move it.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lift you and make it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That.
Because I'm pretty sure they kill him, and then I'm just going to appear anyway.
Yeah. So I'd rather control
Yep.
that.
Makes
And you don't have
sense.
any other OPSEC things here, right?
Not here at the moment, no, but I can pop more out of the Webway gate. I got 5 Cobblettes.
That's fine. I can deal with that.
Yeah, we can really see the difficult questions that Ynnari impose on the opponent here.
In that case.
The Ynnar's is always threatening that teleport in, and with Ynnari being
minus
able
1
to
to
fight
hit.
first, they can punish any
5 up.
overly aggressive multi-combat charges.
No, they don't.
Okay.
So I'm hitting you on 3s.
What's his AP?
It's gonna be 4.
Okay.
No. Let me.
As long as it's 3, it's fine. I only have 4 up armor. So
It's gonna be 4 or 5.
that's fine. It doesn't matter.
It's 4.
Okay.
So-
We don't get saves.
So.
Does that also
looking
turn
for-
off his invuln?
Looking for 3s. What turns off the invulns?
Does he also turn off his own invuln?
He does, but he
it
doesn't have an
doesn't
invuln
matter.
in melee, so
Yep,
it doesn't matter.
exactly. Okay. Yep, minus 1 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep, all good. And then probably 2s.
Yep.
What is the damage?
1.
So how many?
5.
So the Exarch has 3 wounds. So you kill these 4, and she's got 2 left.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go over there.
Okay.
So I will go with the Banshees. We'll put everything into the crippled knight.
I roll actually.
No, because I might not wound you. 3, 6, 8 from the Exarch.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s because our squad is wounded.
Okay.
Because we're Ynnari.
I
And
appreciate
then 6s
Omar
because we did
offering
not
the
charge.
auto-resolve there to Dan.
1 AP3.
And that's why you
One
don't
damage.
take it.
Goes through.
Still has 1, right?
Yep.
All right, and 1 girl. 3 attacks. Hits. Need 1 more 6. No. He's got 1 wound.
Yeah, and the Howling Banshees lose their +1 to
he
wound if they
didn't
aren't
charge, so he
instigating
doesn't fight.
combat, so
Oh, right.
they will not kill the Despoiler again. He
gonna go
he
on
lives to fight another
They
day.
do have
He'll
a
probably
4-up,
get killed by the Bow of
Yeah,
Karnas. That's
never-
okay.
I'm going to do 10 out of 15 to start.
Yep.
Rerolling
Minus 1 to hit
ones.
because we're Banshees.
Rerolling ones anyway. Dismiss. Wounding you on 2s.
Yep.
5 so far. I've got another 5 to
What's
go.
the damage?
3.
So 5 up or 4 up. Good. 4 up. Dead. I need to make 1 more. 4 up. All right, they're dead. It's flat 3, right?
Yep. Now you get to go.
Yep. I will go. They both get to go now.
He's who's both?
Both of these squads, because they both fight as if they charged.
Okay.
So 2, 4, 6, 7. This is the Striking Scorpion Exarch.
Is he the one that if he hits, he
If he
wins?
hits, he wounds. They haven't taken damage yet, so just 4 AP, 2 damage.
So he's probably dead.
Okay. So before you remove him, A, does he explode?
Let's find out.
Because that triggers first.
I'm gonna make him explode.
Okay. How many CPs is that?
1.
But that's once per game, right?
No. The make him stand up is once per
I'm
game.
pretty sure the explodes is 2.
I'll
I'll double check. It won't. I mean, if it is once per game, do you want to? Would you want to do it?
I don't want to do
Okay,
it,
yeah. Double check
but
that.
I'm pretty sure it's not once per game. It used to be.
It's on me.
Oh, you can only. I'm not doing that then.
Okay. Fair enough.
He
If he
not
doesn't,
explode.
before you remove him, I am going to teleport.
Okay.
So the Avatar of Death will teleport, and then he goes away. He charged me, right? This guy charged into her?
Yeah.
So these dudes get 3, they'll pile into the objective, which does nothing because they're not OBSEC. And the Banshee will go 3, 6, 9, 10 attacks. Hitting on 2s because all her friends are dead. Gross. We'll do that again, please. Wounding on 5s because we're strength 4. 1 AP3, 2 damage.
Goes through.
2 damage.
Oh, it's,
She's flat 2.
okay. Yeah, I'm just spending the CP.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
didn't realize.
So-
So he's at 13.
Cool.
Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. That's dumb. He's going to be at 12.
Sure. That makes sense.
What's her leadership?
10.
So it's 8.
Sure.
No, because of the
Yeah,
objective
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, I got you.
how many? Just 12 wounds.
Yes.
And what's her leadership? The Exarch.
10, 11, because she's close to the
So it's
Webway
9.
gate. Or sorry, 9.
It's
8
9.
plus 1 for the Webway gate, 9.
So it's 9.
9 right now, yes. So it would go down 1.
It goes down 2 because of the objective.
It's 6 inch on the objective?
Oh, right.
Or
No,
on?
it's got to be no.
Okay,
you're
so
getting-
she's back to 8.
She's back to 8.
Yep. These guys would be at 7 then. The Scorpions.
Okay. So they're within range of him. She's within range of him. She's out of range.
Okay.
Okay. Start of the morale phase. I'm going to spend a CP on the Terror Shades on these guys here.
On the Scorpions?
Yep.
So I'm rolling what,
3d6?
3d6?
3d6.
Alright, so they'll fail. What happens?
12,
Yeah.
and their leadership 6.
7.
7, including the -2 because they're on the objective.
Yes.
All right, so they
'Cause they
take
get
5
+1.
more wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pull out the relic.
That's fine. That's fine. The X-Arc's got 2 left.
Huh?
The X-Arc has 2 wounds left.
Okay. And then they need to roll morale.
All right.
So here, it's Ravenous Patera Shades. He's the only one with the Patera Shades.
Okay, that's fine. So, leadership
No, is he within 12? He runs,
doesn't
so it
matter. And leadership here, she's fine. Cool. So end of turn, you get grind.
Yep.
You get strangle. And you're doing the action anywhere?
Yep, I'm going to do the action here with the blue guy.
Cool. And then start of my turn, I get an 8.
I hope this is your hardest game of the day.
It's a lot of stuff to deal with. This guy's full health, right?
Yep, he's untouched. It's the blue guy has 1 wound left.
Yeah.
He's almost good.
All right,
That has never happened before.
Really?
No.
It's my dice
All right, so we're going back to top of round 3 for Ynnari. Incarn has committed, and now has the opportunity to start to
ignore where I played.
try to remove these war dogs.
Do I want a cast?
I
Sure.
don't know where it stands to be the safest,
Yeah.
but it may just be that we're committing in and trying to kill as many of these war dogs as possible. But we are running pretty low on assets for the Ynnari. We have, I believe, 1 more striking Scorpion unit hanging out, a unit of Cabalites in reserve, and then the remaining Ynnari that are hiding behind our ruins back in their deployment zone. So we do have Jane Czar back there. You can see her sort of on the left-hand side. She's hiding back here. We have the Bow of Kurnos Farseer, the triplet of D cannons, as well as our Viper, our Swooping Hawks.
Oh, I get a CP.
So there is a not insignificant amount of damage in the back here, but whether or not it's enough to get through these 2 Chaos Knights and a bunch of War Dogs is the question. Looks like we're committing the Shining Spears now.
What's that?
Shining Spears?
They're melee monsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, monsters might be a bit much, but they're good in melee.
They punch.
Yeah. They also have decent shooting.
So hoping that we knock out this War Dog in the
Peek
center.
out.
And if we can get objective secured on that
shoot
center
the big meanie.
objective and kill the
We'll also peek
despoiler,
out so they can smite.
then it will.
Cannons will just
That will
press
be
up against
enough
the wall.
because we have to remember that the Abominant does not have objective secured. The darker colored knight in the center, but the blue knight does.
Oh, hit it over to me for the time.
What?
Hit the time over to me.
Yep.
Clock.
Shit.
It's all right. Oh, good. How big's your explosion?
2d6.
So we'll go at 9 because that.
I'm not gonna make I might explode, but I don't want him to explode.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Are they OPSEC?
No. He's OBSEC. He's not, right?
No.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, fake OPSEC.
Yeah.
No one has OPSEC, and I have OPSEC.
Well, advanced Janes are. Goes 9. She
Ew.
is OBSEC.
Well, you gotta make the charge.
Yep. She's leadership 10 at least.
Leadership 9.
Yep. So they're within 12, so they move 7 to be a 5-inch.
This morale phase for Chaos Knights actually it feels like the well actually meme. They're like, well, my leadership's pretty good. This Chaos Knights player is like, well, actually, significantly worse than you thought.
The Hawks are going to fly over this way. Back dudes get to here. Just fill in the forest and shoot the wounded guy.
All right.
Just keep picking on him, I guess.
Rude.
Yeah. Indeed. Nope, forgot a hawk. Scorpions will just continue to hold down this objective.
By the way, as a heads up, I put retrieve Nakamun data on my thing because I'm dumb. So it's there twice.
Well, I got it here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're at 4 for retrieve right now?
Yeah. I'm going to deep strike over there with my Dire Avengers to get your corner.
Rude. This guy's also here.
Yeah. I should be able to just go all
Yeah.
in here.
So, okay, Avengers dropping in as well. We did have the D cannons plow into a War Dog on turn 1. So we have one that is in range to get killed by the Dire
I tried to
Avengers.
make things a little difficult.
So 22 goes to 16. So this guy's the relevant one. Yeah. Room. And we're good.
All right.
So they'll do rod and shoot because they're Dire Avengers.
Okay. And they just automatically get rod?
I have to roll under their model count on a d6, so we're good.
Okay.
And these guys have to come in this turn, so...
You can just let them die. It's fine. I won't be mad.
She does get to move. Go to there.
Rude.
I will spend the 1 CP so she can fall back and still charge.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get overwatched.
I'm not going to overwatch you with him.
Well, I already spent the CP.
Okay.
Alright, so that's all my reserves. I think that's all my moves. We'll do some shooting. So let's do Psychic first.
All right.
Plus 1 CP. Goes off on an 8. You want to deny me?
Nope.
Alright. He will do Smite. He will fail. Farseers are immune to perils. The Warlocks behind him will do Smite. Fails. The Warlock will have been peeking out from the building will do Smite. That will go off.
Yep.
You want to deny it? Okay. 1 mortal to the front guy.
All right, so he's at 13.
Yep. The Avatar over here will do Ynnari Smite.
Okay.
Goes off. I pick a unit. We'll pick that one.
Okay.
I roll a d6.
He dies.
On a 2-up, he takes 1 mortal. On a 2-up, he takes d3. On a 1, he takes 1.
He dies.
All right. Does he explode?
No.
Let me just double check and make sure that's not visible. I don't. Oh, actually, I can technically see you anyway. But
I don't think you can because you're not.
oh yeah, because that blocks.
That
Yeah.
blocks. Like you.
But I'm pretty sure it doesn't ignore line. It does ignore line of sight rather. Psychic disciplines, Revenant. Even though it's called Gaze of Ynnari.
Yeah.
Select 1 enemy unit with an 18. No visible required. And then we'll do Storm of Whispers.
What does that do?
Nothing, because it failed.
Irrelevant.
It would be, I'd roll dice for each of them and you'd do a couple mortals.
All right.
So we're on to shooting.
Let's go.
So we'll shoot the Mortal Wound Pistol at your Armiger.
All right.
3 shots. All hit. 5s and 6s. Nothing. We will 1 CP, 6-inch battle focus. So it goes to 3 because we're going through a building.
Sure. Okay.
I've got 3 left because I got 1 from the site. The Warlocks there will shoot a pistol at the knight. They miss, but they get to battle focus. They don't go anywhere because they're in a building. The Shining Spears will shoot at the knight they're about to charge.
The Armiger or the War Dog?
Yeah. So 2 laser lances. Hit. Strength 6, so 5s. Nothing. 1, 2, 3 Shuriken cannon shots. 2 hits. Strength 6. 1 AP, 1, 2 damage.
Goes through.
2 damage.
He's at 11.
6. And then 8 from their catapults. And these are strength 4, so looking for 5s. Nothing. Oh, 1. 1 AP 1. 1 damage. Poke, poke.
10.
Alright. Jane Zar will throw her Triskel at it. 6 attacks. Hits on 2s. Strength 6, so wounds on 5s.
2, 1.
1 more AP 3.
AP what?
AP 3.
How much damage?
1.
Alright.
Down to 9. No invuln in melee on him, right?
Nope.
Alright. Avatar will shoot her flamer. It hits everything within 6.
Alright.
Every enemy. So this guy takes 2. Strength 7, so 4s, nothing. And the other one takes 1. No, 2. It's D6. 2 AP 2. 1 damage each. 1 damage. So he's down to 11.
Yep.
Dire Avengers, I'm going to roll their test to see if they can shoot what they want. They can. We'll shoot here with all of them. I have Hawks and the D cannons.
And the what? Oh, okay.
The cannons.
Cool.
So they are, where's my case of this? 30 shots
Where are they going?
into this guy.
So they're -1 because they're shooting in through the dents.
And that's fair. Yeah, I'll just Blade Storm and we'll do it anyway.
What does Lancer do?
6s explode. So 30 shots.
Here. So you're hitting on
Force. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. And now we're looking for 5s. If you want, you can roll these. They're all going to go right to your invuln. And 1 each.
So I take 4, 6.
I have returned to chat, by the way.
I'm an 8.
Had to step away. Plinking away at these war dogs, it looks like.
Booga.
I think trying to get to his position where
Hawks
Ynnari
will.
can kill both.
It's got 9 left. Shoot the D cannons, everything into the Abominant.
All right.
So 3d6 shots.
He is favored.
Okay. What does that mean?
You only 4s hit him.
Okay. I'm hitting on 4s anyway. So 3d3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
So 2, 1, 1. Hitting on 4s because we can't see you and because you said so.
Trans hit is kind of brutal with no rerolls.
Did wash my hands, chat.
Yeah. So 2 hits. 1 wound.
Nope.
Nice.
My man, showing up to work.
The Hawks will shoot half their shots here, half their shots at the wounded carnivore.
Half your shots where?
At the guy in the middle.
He's not touching the terrain.
Oh, that's obscuring. Okay, everything at the wounded carnivore.
Okay.
It's 36.
Okay.
6s auto wound.
And you don't get the -1 if you're shooting at
Yeah, because we're in it.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
What do the 6s do?
Auto wound.
Oh, right. I remember that. Sorry.
No problem.
I'm not used to it not being a thing.
Yeah. And 5s because we're strength 4.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can just roll these.
Oh, just all these?
Yes.
What's the AP?
0. And 1 each.
1, 2, 3.
5.
Thank you. All right.
And they're gonna not be there anymore.
2.
So long, Swooping Hawks. We'll see you next
Ruin
turn.
my day.
So they're gonna come tuck in back
War
here.
Dog has survived, though. I do wonder if we want to kill those Dire Avengers in shooting. Interestingly, there is a line of play where, assuming that the Incarn is able to clear these War Dogs,
All right.
and we don't move
yeah.
aggressively towards
Charge
these
clock.
Dire Avengers.
So,
the shooting killing them could
Banshee's going here.
allow the Incarn to teleport
Dread
out
test
of easy melee
7.
range.
8.
So she fails.
-2.
So
Yeah.
she makes it.
Yeah. Measure that 5-inch charge.
Yeah, I will. She makes it.
Incarn is going.
So it's an inch either way. I think she can probably get within range of both. Because she's a big base. So I'm going to just move her and see. Yes. So it overlaps both.
Oh.
So she'll declare on both. Leadership, she's fine. Charge roll, she's fine. So she'll go here right in between both.
You got to be within. Oh yeah, you are within a range. Cool.
These guys will charge here.
Leadership.
Yep. Failed, so we're rolling at half.
The Bull,
10
how's it
goes
going?
to 5.
Games have been good today, actually. I would say they've been great, in fact. This is the second game we've had Omar on, and he's really showing us what Chaos Knights can do. But also, we get to see the Ynnari in play today, and watch the Incarn cut some War Dogs in half. Daniel Wilmoth is an incredible player, so it's cool to watch both of these players play relatively non-standard varieties of list, which is cool.
They'll charge. Leadership.
3.
9, so that will fail.
You basically need to roll nuts, guys. Or
Yeah. 5 goes to 3, should
your
be
5?
fine. So he'll base, and then these two can swing through him.
Now, can I interrupt ever or no?
So when they charge on a 4-up, they make you fight last and do mortals. So it doesn't go off, but Jane's R makes you fight last.
Okay.
This Banshee makes him fight last. And I'm going to go first with the Avatar.
All right.
How many wounds on this guy?
He's got 11 left.
Okay. So we're going to do 11, no invuln.
Nothing.
All right. 4 here, 2 there.
What's the HP on our attacks?
4. Cuts right through.
And it's D3 plus.
Yeah, plus 3.
All right, so I'm actually going to spend a CP to make him -1 damage.
Okay. All right. So here's the first 2. Hitting on 2s. They both hit.
All right.
I don't want to risk it, so we hit 4 times.
Okay.
And then we're looking for 3s. I will CP reroll one of those.
2 wounds.
So 2 wounds, AP 4.
They go through.
Damage is 12. You did -1, right? So 10.
You got 2 left.
1 left, right? Because you had 11?
Yeah.
Okay. So at 1.
And then him.
Yes, 2 on him. 1 hit. Oops, that. 1 wound.
AP 4.
Yep. 4 damage.
So that CP spend there from Ovar was prescient, kept that War Dog on the left alive, and I think are we gonna? Looks like we're going to drop an interrupt on him.
5.
Okay. Then in that case.
But 4 wounds of Banshees because she's still
4
alive.
wounds of ban. Okay, so I'm not popping the butch. I can't do that. So
Okay.
if I kill
if you
5
kill 5, you can do it again.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So
go
6
ahead.
attacks because he was charged.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s.
Yep.
Wounding on what's the top?
T7.
3s. 1 wound.
What's the damage?
D3 plus 6.
On him? D3 plus 6?
Yeah, I'm using the big gun.
I didn't realize they had that big a
Oh,
thing.
yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I'm going to auto pass.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna-
he's got a sweep and he's got a big smash.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised they have it. I knew he
Yeah.
was good in melee, but wow.
Yeah,
D3
no,
plus
they're
6?
insane.
They hit harder than
No,
she does.
D3 plus 3, not D3 plus
Okay,
6.
the 6.
Sorry,
that makes sense.
I'm sorry.
No
I'm
problem.
sorry.
All good. All good.
My brain is fried.
All good. So she's just going to auto pass with my fate.
That's fair.
Because that is still uncomfortably
Yes.
painful. So I'm going to go for the miracle play and see if I can kill you with 5 goblins.
Probably can. I don't know, man.
We will.
How many attacks do they have?
They have 6.
All right.
Hitting on 3s.
I think Cowboy Warriors have 2 attacks each, actually.
Wounding on 6s.
Not that it makes a huge difference here.
Pull those 2 CP for me.
Yep. Nope.
Okay.
Piling onto the objective will
Are they
help.
outsec?
Yeah. So we'll swivel around.
Now I think
4 models
Dan
means
could
we'll
have
have
been
at least 5 to contest.
kind of sneaky beaky here after the
We'll come back
War
to
Dogs
her.
survived
We'll go over here.
by
Shining
consolidating
Spears,
the Incarn out of
the
melee
Exarch,
with
or the
one
normal
of them.
dudes
This
get
one
6
would get to
attacks,
swing
2
regardless because
damage.
of the Cabalites, but you could pull this one
hitting
out
on
of combat.
3s.
Although I guess there is still the chance
Wounding
that
on
the Banshee
5s.
kills it.
You
could also
AP
base
4, 2
this
damage.
one with the Cabalites so it can't pile in.
And then the
Then
Exarch.
pile the Incarn in here towards this one and try
Hitting
to kill
on
it with the
3s,
Banshee since
re-rolling.
it can't interrupt. So there's a couple
And
lines
wounding
of
on
play there
5s,
that could
re-rolling.
actually keep the Incarn totally unattacked this turn.
His magic sword. Yeah.
Just how just, like
Just what they do.
Got it. So 2 so far,
3.
3 so far.
So 3 AP4, 1 damage, and 3 mortals. So a total of 6. All right, and Jane's are. She'll sweep. 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. All hit.
Okay.
And strength 4, wounding on 5s.
+1. Oh yeah.
She doesn't get the +1.
Yeah. They all go through.
They're AP3.
So-
So 5 AP3.
I'm not. Let's see if I can roll 5 6s. Nope.
Okay. Before you remove him, I'm going to teleport.
Okay.
Oh, there's the teleport! There it is. Just kidding.
So we'll go
Don't
here,
even need any
not
fancy
touching either a ruin.
All right.
Now he gets removed.
fancy combat phase
And then
chicanery.
Jane Zar gets to pile.
What's this piling? I mean, it doesn't matter because I can just
Yeah.
do it out of combat and shoot you.
He's not obsec, right?
Nope.
Because she is.
So you get, yeah, but that's about to go away in the next round. Not now. Like
We're going into round 3. It's round 4 for no obsec, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we're at the bottom of.
No, I went first.
Oh, so we're at the bottom of 2.
This is the top of 3.
This is the top of 3. We're gonna be in the bottom of.
Yes. So Banshee Exarch.
Right.
3, 6, 9, 10 attacks, hitting on 2s because her squad got murdered. Wounding on 4s because we're strength 4 with +1.
That last remaining
4
model in
AP3,
any of
2
these Aspect Warrior units getting +1 to hit and potentially +1 to wound if they're a Howling Banshee is so wild. The amount of damage that these individual Exarchs put out once they're upgraded is phenomenal.
D3 for 6 inches.
So Banshee. Yeah.
Super cock. Dead.
All right, she's dead. And then
And it
your
looks like we got
guy.
an explosion here.
And my guys.
3.
3. And then does the other guy explode?
Who knows?
Oh no, and it kills the other War Dog. Not like this, chat.
These 2 go away, and I'm sure you're gonna murder
That's
me in the round.
brutal.
That's a hope.
Oh
He also
no.
goes away.
Yep.
That was a big old deal right
Now,
there.
actually,
Because
I'm
that
going
will
to teleport
lose
again,
Omar
sorry.
control of that objective.
when this guy blew up, we'll teleport within an inch of where he was.
Sounds good.
Since that seems safer than
These
over
guys are.
there. Just out.
All right.
Could easily be. Yeah. Yeah, they're short.
Okay.
But they still need a normal leadership, right?
Well, no, they're -1 because they're on this.
Sure. So they're fearless.
All right. So I hold 1.
Yes. So that gives you. So for me, I get 3 on tertiary because I hold my own. 3 on strangle.
Yeah.
I get my 3rd rod. Bring it down. I'll count at the end, and then I hold you to a 4. And for grind, I think I killed 4 armatures, or was it 3? I also killed the big knight.
Yeah. So you killed 4.
All right, 4. So you need to kill 5. And over to you. You get a CP up to 2.
Yep.
Oh, that's me. You go up to 3. Unless you, yeah, 3.
So that
All right.
was absolutely wild, chat. I think that explosion basically just converted what was a pretty tough game state for Daniel into one where he is convincingly in the lead, since it's dropped Omar's primary objective control down to 4 victory points
It's a total.
and made it much more difficult to score his own precious artifacts.
That's what I care about.
I actually think I would say that while the Ynnari had a ton of ability to respond, and especially with the Incarn doing just Incarn things,
Sorry, I mean to.
I think that the
Assuming she's even still there.
I think that the game was still pretty solidly in the Chaos Knight. The Chaos Knights were pretty solidly in the driver's seat of the game, is what I'm trying to say.
Need him to explode there.
But I think that explosion, clipping both Knights out there, and allowing the Incarn to teleport to a safer position, since what we could have seen is Omar just try to pile as much shooting as he could down this center line of the table. Because the Incarn is a character, but she has 12 wounds, so she cannot be character protected by Lookout Sir. So she just has to eat all that damage, and while she does have incoming damage and have a strong invulnerable save, enough 1 damage attacks could eventually put her in a pretty dangerous position and force Daniel to have to pull her farther away. But given that not only was she able to teleport to this very safe position where she's not in danger of getting hit with an Abominant or any shooting, realistically, besides maybe 1 War Dog, and it knocked control of Omar's most important objective away from him, I think it's going to be difficult for the Chaos Knights to come back from this position. Not to mention the fact that we could also see, if we can't kill this Dire Avenger unit in the shooting phase and threaten a charge into it, we could also potentially see the Incarn teleport over there in the end of the fight phase if the Dire Avengers get killed by the War Dog, the Carnivore here. And that would, again, give her the ability to combat these 2 War Dogs and potentially kill them. This War Dog, we should remember as well, is pretty heavily damaged, if I remember correctly. So that should be pretty easy for the Incarn to kill both of them.
Goes off on a 9.
9, no. So she's terrored.
All right, we're gonna fire everything into Drazar.
Okay, -1 to hit.
Okay, pop in a CP to reroll 1s. So
Down to 2.
Hitting on 3s. Or 4s, sorry.
Yep, -1. The 3 misses, right? T4.
So 3 mortal wounds right off the bat.
Okay, then we're done.
Yep.
Yep.
This guy is going to fire everything into here.
Yep.
She has 6 wounds, right?
Yeah, 6 total. All right, go ahead.
He's gonna fire everything into them.
Yep.
His stubber is just gonna go. Actually, no. His stubber is gonna go into these 2.
Yep.
They all 3 hits. 3 wounds. No big deal.
4 up armor, 3 up in cover. All good.
All right. Stubber in there. Melta's in there.
Yep. Gatling in the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, actually, let's start with So let's start with Stubber.
This is down this way, right? Yep. 2.
2.
Still good.
Sure. Okay, Melta's.
No AP on the stubber, right?
No.
Okay.
Gatling now.
Yep.
6, 10. Here. Jeez.
Probably 2s.
Yeah, because it's strength 6.
And 5 up invul. You kill 4.
This Stubber is going to go into those 2 over there?
You got it. Yep.
Hits.
Is that the bracketed guy?
Oh, no hits, sorry.
No problem.
Charges. He's going to charge those 2.
Yep. That'll do. Those poor guys.
He's going to charge.
Don't worry, Campbell.
I'm
It's gonna
not
be fine.
moving. Can I just shoot him?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Bonk. She will make you fight last.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He's going to go in here.
Yep. That'll make it.
Oh,
If you're within 3, a 2 makes it. And you're definitely within 3, so yeah. All good.
So
A little close there.
He's fighting last no matter what.
Correct. Well, he fights normal, which means I'll get to pick 1 unit to go before him, but I fight first, so yeah.
Okay. He's trans hit, so.
Yeah. Janzar doesn't hit very hard.
He is gonna go.
Yep, he's bracketed.
Yep.
These guys will interrupt and do nothing, so. Because Ynnari, they
He's gonna
fight
hit
first.
12.
Sure.
Hitting on 4s. Because.
Yep.
Sorry, Trevi.
No, dice
Sorry,
game.
man. I'm just so.
No
my
worries.
brain is fried.
Yeah. I hear
Winning
you.
on 2s.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Imagining it AP4.
it's easy to
AP5.
plan out a
5
game
up and
state when the game was turned kind of on its head
3.
by an explosion.
We'll keep
ca-
pulling out
a
of combat
Wardog
with you.
killing a
You can
second
pile. Do you want to pile
Wardog.
into the rest of them?
Yes.
Sure.
Go ahead and
Over
see
here.
if I can fix that dice box there,
They're
chat.
interrupting?
Give me a sec.
3 attacks. They fight first.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, 3 hits. Do that again. 1 wound. No AP.
Goes through.
Poke.
Now my guy,
Yeah. Well, no, because he's fighting.
he's fighting last.
Yes.
But he charged, so doesn't that
They fight first, so they fight as if they fight like they charged.
And he charged them.
Correct. So he goes.
Okay. Sorry, Charlie. Okay.
So yeah, he gets to go next, and then Janzar, and then the big knight. So he go. I mean, I'll pick these up.
Yeah. I'm like,
When I pick them up,
she's gonna come in.
doesn't do anything, but it just moves her a little bit.
Yep.
And then Janzar, 6 attacks on 2s.
Fours.
You're a trans
On
hitman,
fours.
so 1 hit. Doesn't wound. All right, over to you.
13.
Yeah.
All right. 15 attacks into Janzar. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
-1 to your attacks
on-
characteristic, and -1 to hit.
12 attacks.
Yeah. She yells at you really loud. It's very distracting.
12 attacks, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Yep.
Winning on 2s though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just roll these.
Oh,
4 ups. What's the damage?
3. She's dead.
That does not matter. All right, I'm gonna spend my last CP.
Yep.
On a 4 up, she comes back at the end of the phase.
Yep.
She does. She will have 1 wound left, and she'll bounce out of combat,
How far away does she bounce out?
just like yours. So
Okay.
An inch away. So she dies. You get to consolidate, so you can move however you want.
I mean, let me.
Yep. Do you want to touch the spears?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to. I just want to make it hard for you to get to
Yeah.
the objective. I
So
can't though, so it
she'll
doesn't matter.
just bounce out that way.
I like that way
It
of
doesn't matter
resolving
because you're gonna turn off
the
obsec
rebirth
or ice orb,
effects.
but she'll obsec you out this turn, right? But you don't have. Oh, you do have Stranglehold.
She's still the psychic power is still on her,
Yep.
so she's -2 leadership.
Yep.
Ooh, are we gonna Terror Shades again? See if we can get her.
So morale phase shenanigans. Oh, I get to fight you over here.
Yeah.
5 attacks. Hitting on 2s because we're wounded. Nothing.
Okay.
They're only strength 3.
All right. Morale phase shenanigans. I'm gonna pop a CP.
Yep. Down to 1.
Yep.
Right.
3d6 on her leadership. She's -2.
-2. So she's base 10 because she's 8
She's
plus
8.
2.
Yep.
So
Oh,
5.
what a roll.
Okay.
And then these
She
guys.
does not die to
normal
the Terror
lead-
Shades,
normal
so she
leadership,
will block Stranglehold.
Yeah, they're running, so
Do get
they
bonus
auto run
points for
too,
Omar.
right? Yeah.
So I don't get strangle.
Yep.
I don't get grind.
Yeah, because I killed 4,
Yep.
and you killed 1, 2, 3, but that's it. Yeah.
I killed 1,
2,
2,
3,
so I don't get grind.
and then you did your thing over there, but that
I
no.
get-
Oh, does he want to start an action?
I can't because you're on the objective.
Okay.
So I only have 6 for storm.
Yep. And then for tertiary, you do hold your primary, so you get that.
So that's 3.
Yep.
So I should have 6 on that.
9. This was turn 3. You've
Oh.
done it every turn.
Jeez.
And then start of my turn, I will get a 12.
No, you won't. We're in round 4. You don't have options.
That triggers at the start of the command phase?
Yep.
Or at the start of the battle round,
It
rather?
starts at the battle round.
Okay, sweet. So I will get an 8.
I always tell people I turn off OPSEC. No one
Yep.
believes me. Everyone ignores it.
This is my fate dice. 1 reroll for my Farseer.
Little old me, just telling
are good.
people about my OBSEC
I'll
stuff.
keep 1 advance because I have a Janzar alive.
No
And
one
I'll
respects
keep a
the
cast
Chaos
and a hit.
Knights.
I get a CP up to 1.
All right.
But that, yeah, so that explosion was a really super big deal. And I think especially because it allows, it gives Daniel such control over this bottom objective down here that he can kind of play in the sprinkler a little bit in this area. No Terror Shades on Janzar is a big deal as well because we have another unit who's relatively fast and can commit down this bottom area. So what we may see is Jane Czar just peel out and try to clip out this War Dog, and then the Incarn is free to move elsewhere on the table. The question is what we're going to do about the Abominant. It is very difficult to kill now with the Trans Hitman and no rerolls. But that does mean that the D cannons don't necessarily have to worry about firing at it out of line of sight, because it actually doesn't change their math at all. So we maybe just be able to peck at that with the D cannons and the other powerful shooting that the Ynnari have in the back line here. And we do see the swooping hawks piling out. Now, the Bow of Kurnos, Farseer Skyrunner, is peeking out as well to get some shots into him, and I think eventually we'll end up taking that guy down. Plus, obviously, we can do some damage with the Shining Spears, although they would much rather fight those War Dogs. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Shining Spears peel out somewhere else, because they actually don't do very much damage to the Abominant at all, given that a lot of the damage comes from the Heartseeker Paragon Saber combo, where the Paragon Saber gets to reroll its hits and wounds and then deal additional damage on 5s and 6s to wound, but can't reroll against the Abominant, which means it's going to have tough time. There are striking Scorpions peeling out as well, so we're just going to force everything into the middle of the table and try to force the issue and not give Omar the opportunity to come back into this game.
So the Incarn is -2 on her cast. She's 12, within 12
Of him? Okay, we'll start back there. We will do no Feel No Pains. We'll just do Smite from the Warlock behind the building. Fails. Smite from the Warlocks on foot. Goes off with Perils. So you take D6, 2. Yep. Does he have a Feel No? Oh, he's got 4 up, right. I take 2, so I kill one model, but the unit's still alive. The Farseer will do Ghost Walk.
Okay.
Yeah. 10, that will go off. +2 to charges on the Scorpions.
Okay.
He will do Smite. I'll use an auto cast of a 6, +6, another big Smite. You take 3.
1 sec.
Yep.
Maybe I take 3.
Yeah, but he's immune to the Perils.
I do not take 3.
Nice. And that's him.
So I took 2 initially.
Yep. She'll do Ynnari Smite. Goes off on a 9.
Okay.
-2 is 7. It still goes off.
Okay.
I'll choose that. Yep, I'll choose that guy.
What's the range?
18. She should be just in. Yep.
Okay.
So on a 2-up, on a 1 you take a mortal. On a 2-up you take D3. So 2 mortals.
All right, I have 1 wound.
Yep. And we will do Smite. 10. That will go off.
All right.
Actually, -2, 8. I've done 1,
Yep.
2, 3. 8 is what I need then. So 2 to the guy next to me. All right. Shooting, we'll go with the D cannons. Everything into the Abominant.
Yep, hitting on 4s.
Yep. 3, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Here's all but 1. Oh, auto hit, so 3 hits.
3s.
Yep.
Nope.
Nothing.
Wow.
All right, that's how it's gonna be. Farseer will shoot his mortal wound pistol at you. 1 hit. 2 mortals.
Yep.
Battle focus 5 inches. We'll just go over to here. Hide behind the Viper. The Viper will shoot you. Little gun. 3 hits. 1 wound. No, it's a little gun. Your T8. 2, 4, 5, 6. With the scatter laser. 1 hit. Nothing. Hawks will shoot you.
Who?
Swooping Hawks. And 4s, right?
Yep. Then you're looking for 6s?
Yeah, 6 is auto wound, and then strength 4, so 6 is 2 wound. Nine total.
What's the AP?
0.
I rolled. Oh, AP 0?
Yep.
All right, so I take 1, 2.
Okay.
Right, he's at 24.
Yep, and the Hawks are going to bounce
The
over to
number
this
of
corner.
saves being forced by these swooping Hawks
9
is
away from
always
him,
impressive to
behind the
me.
obscuring.
It's 40 shots, or it gets 36 shots from the unit of 9. And they
Avatar
still,
will shoot a flamer since we're over
they're
here.
still
3 shots,
converting
4s,
9 attacks
1 wound AP2.
into a tough to save model that they wound on 6s.
Poke.
Obviously, the saving throws are going to keep it alive, but for a unit that's not meant to shoot at night, still dealing
Scorpions
damage
will
into
shoot
them is
pistols
pretty
at you.
solid.
4 shots on 4s, 2 hits, 1 nothing. Nothing straight 4. Jane Zara will throw her no.
Oh, nothing.
Doesn't wound because you're T8. Jane Zara.
JX Cole, is Dread Host on a per model basis?
2 hits.
It's a good question.
1
I
AP3.
don't believe so.
Fine. Goes through. How much
It's
damage?
1 damage. The Shining Spears, 2 lances, 2 hits, 1 wound AP4, 2 damage,
Nope.
Dread Host
Cannon.
effects are not cumulative, so
3 hits,
or Dread range effects, excuse me. So
1.
multiple Dread Hosts will not
Little guns.
pile additional leadership onto you.
Yeah, the hitting on 4s is brutal, right?
It's annoying. It's only a -1, but
It adds up.
it does.
It's the no reroll stuff.
1. Well, if I had rerolls, that would bother me
much?
more. 1 damage. Oh wait, no, that doesn't win then. Sorry, it's a little gun. I have a lot of little guns. Shuriken Catapult from my Warlock.
You can see him. Where's your wall?
He's tipping his nose out. That you ruin over there. Hey, 1 AP3.
Nope.
All right.
Jeez. All right.
Also, just do that. I think it's also my shooting. So what's he at? Like 20?
No, he's at 25.
Yeah.
No, 18 plus 5. 23.
23.
He starts at 28.
Yeah, so we're not.
After
actually
all
going
that,
to
Abominant
so
only
I
took
think I
5
just beat
damage.
you,
Sounds about right.
Jane Zara.
I wonder how many of Omar's games end up with just the
Okay,
Abominant on the table. I
yeah,
imagine
charges. Avatar here.
it's a lot of them,
Makes it.
because that Blessing of the Dark Master
7.
is super difficult to
She
cheat
can't
through.
fail it.
Yeah.
And then how do I want to do it over here?
So Jane's ours at 2 inch. So she can't fail.
All right, Shining Spears will go in.
Roll 3.
So,
it's also
Dread.
2 inch charge.
They're 7.
3d6 for Dread.
All right,
Because
so
you're near him. Doesn't matter.
they're good. I mean, charge range. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
fine. Actually, move this guy out to here like that. Base you and Jane Zara will chill.
Okay.
On a
Jane
4
Zara's not charging?
no.
Okay.
On a 4-up, you take the mortals. Nope, nothing from them. You can't interrupt, so we'll go over
Using
here
my last
first.
CP to make it -1 damage.
Okay. So 6 attacks from the Avatar. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. 3 AP4.
They go through.
6 goes to 5, 5 goes to 4, 4 goes to 3. So 5, 4, 3. So 9, 12 damage.
Dead. Does not explode. All right.
And 3 inches. We'll
Max
just
bring it down at this point.
stay here. Shining Spears, only 2 of them can swing. One's the Exarch, so normal dude. 1 hit. Nothing. And the Exarch.
One hit.
Re-rolling.
No, you can't reroll anything.
That's annoying. Nothing. And you
Is,
can go ahead and swing back.
That's his whole thing. Being annoying.
Do I have any minuses?
Nope.
All right. So 15 attacks.
Yep.
6. 10. Rerolling 1s. Hitting on 3s.
Yep.
So we're going to try to see if the Abominant can clear the Shining Spheres off the center. Although I think that the Abominant will hold it regardless and score Omar an 8.
So what's your top?
Because he does count as 10 models and is
2,
removing
4.
objective secured from Jane Zara.
Yep.
That many. Wait. There's one in there. It's flat 3 each.
1, 2, 3, 4. So they're
AP.
super. Yeah, they're super dead. So I just need to decide if I want to teleport. I'd give up Strangle, and I think I'm gonna win on points anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll just kill them all.
Okay. You're gonna teleport.
Nah, she'll chill and just hold that objective and get DACA'd.
Okay.
So for scoring, I get,
Wait.
Oh, sure.
Burn. Oh no, I already burned a CP. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because you did the thing over here. So I get Strangle for 12. No rod. Probably going to max bring it down. I get 3 because I hold my priority, and I bring you to an 8.
I control 2.
And what's your final? Oh wait, final phase is on my turn. Yeah.
Yeah. I control 2. You've killed one thing this turn,
Yep.
and I've killed a bunch.
You've already killed 1, so you need to kill 1 more thing to get your grind.
Yeah. Okay.
And you get a CP.
10-inch to 15.
He's down movement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep.
I need
All right,
a 5.
Abominant.
Yep.
Let's
he's
kill Janezar and a bunch of Striking Scorpions. And
They're 20, so
just
10
everything.
charge.
Janezar just... The Abominant just needs to kill the entire world. And then that would make me happy.
He's 17, so he also needs a 5.
He was 12.
Yep.
So I think the question is whether or not this is
just short of a
recoverable
16.
currently.
Yep.
Assuming that we're able to stranglehold on Omar's side,
He's just going to
and
use his 12 now. And move
he'd have a tough
another
time
try.
completing his last
Nah, he's just
couple
gonna chill.
Storm of Darknesses. But he could easily grind this turn and score his precious artifacts, assuming that he
Psychic phase, I'm going to
gets...
try and give myself a 5 up.
Ooh, he's not going for the precious artifacts. Just
Wow.
kidding. Not getting that.
Tells.
That's unfortunate.
You want? Okay.
I take 3.
The artifact objective being over here.
Yep.
So he would basically need to have pushed that War Dog up and gone for the charge on the Incarn, I think, for the best possible result.
Razor again.
But at least this way, I guess
chains
the
are-
holding this
8. I'll try and
doesn't
deny
make
with my
that
first
big
here.
of a difference because he
Right, she
he's going
dies.
to bottom round 5
oh, she has
score.
one wound left?
Yeah, she has 1.
All
She
right,
came back with 1. Do I care? No.
All right.
Yeah, those Janes are
the
gone,
Avatar
so
shield.
the grind is scored.
Shooting.
So going into round 5,
I'm going to fire everything into...
Scorpions.
unfortunately it will be a 12 for Dan, unless the Incarn randomly dies. He should have
again.
maxed his artifacts.
3.
So I think the result is going to look like this.
Kill 2.
Assuming that he can get a Stranglehold, which actually isn't too easy.
He's going to
if
fire
the
everything
Incarn
into
dies.
Yep. Into my avatar.
He can get a War Dog
Feltas.
for his Bring It Down,
the...
and then Omar needs to make up 27
I'm gonna-
points, and I
sorry,
don't think
I'm
that he
CP
can
for
quite
reroll
do
ones?
that.
No, yeah, I'm going to use the reroll ones thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
That's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm just
No problem.
out.
No problem.
So you hit.
Got
So I think on a perfect round 5, we would end
2 wounds. First
87
one,
to 90.
good.
So I think we basically need
second
the,
one, I'm just
the
gonna pass.
Incarn just to be dead right now, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that will confirm the victory for Daniel.
6.
What's the strength on the Gatling?
6.
Okay.
Looking for 3s, rolling 1s.
Yep.
Five scores.
5. She's T7.
So 3.
5.
AK2.
4 up. Well, she takes those. It's down to 9.
2 hits. 1 nothing. Nothing from the stubber.
Yep.
Sure. That's turn. I get grind. Because I killed 2 things.
You killed James R.
Actually, and I killed something the turn before, like during your round.
On my turn? What did it? Oh, my shiny spheres.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm gonna charge these guys.
Sure.
I lose literally nothing doing that. 4 doesn't make it.
Yeah, I think I needed a 5. It's actually a 6.
Whatever.
Okay.
All right, I still get it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you get your grind.
And then another morale phase. He's gonna
gonna-
stranglehold there.
Well, you're
Or
not gonna-
actually, do your morale first.
Sure.
3d6 there.
2d6, right?
3d6. Oh, 2d6 drop the lowest. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So 4, we lost 2, so that's a 6. Our base
minus
leadership
1.
is 8,
Okay.
so we're okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. End of morale phase. I'm gonna do the thing
Action.
there.
So no strangle again.
Nope.
And you got your grind. You're doing an action. You don't hold your priority.
Nope.
And start of my turn, I get a 12. And
Yep.
so
I
the Hawks are going
think
to do Rod.
we needed.
Like,
I think we needed the Abominant to peel back there, actually.
Yeah,
Although
I
I'm
just
not sure
spent another turn trying to kill the Abominant, and either way, these guys just walk up
stand
and stand
here
4
and
inches
get
away.
line of sight
so
to the
you're
Incarn
shot.
with that line of sight looks dubious. With the realities of true line of sight, it might have been possible, but I'm not entirely sure. And we basically needed the Abominant and these two doggies in here to kill the Incarn with all of their shooting. But I don't think that was going to be possible. Or at least it was highly unlikely. And if that had happened, I think Omar potentially has an out, dropping the Eldari down to an 8-point primary going into the final round, and with the potential to get themselves a big primary. Or, on the other hand, we push a War Dog down here, and we go for a charge on the Incarn and then hope for the best. I think those are that's the other option there. But either one of those is not going to be that great. And I think that we probably see the final score ending up something like this. We do have a Storm of Darkness activated, so we could potentially get to our 9th Storm of Darkness point this turn. Assuming that we get Stranglehold, I think there's a non-zero chance that Omar actually gets biffed on Stranglehold and potentially Precious Artifacts. So I think the final score actually looks something like 81-90 once we close out the final round here, chat. But that will put Dan Woolmuth into an undefeated score. I guess we can see if the Incarn kills the Abominant.
Pop a Smite from the Farseer using a Fate Dice 12.
Let's see how we do.
You take.
Oh, and we box
5.
there's a Smite into him to start with.
Yep.
Ooh. Gross.
I take 4.
And then he'll do +1 CP. He'll fail. My Warlock on foot goes off on an 8. Do you want to try and deny that?
What was that deal? Oh, Smite?
It's just a Smite.
Sure. Nope.
All right. 2 more.
No.
Warlock will do Smite.
Perils.
Do I need that objective? Not really. All right, so Perils. This is on him. He lives. He's got 1.
Okay.
My Warlocks usually die to that. And you take 3.
Maybe.
Yep.
I take 2.
All right. That's those Psychers over here. She'll do a Ynnari Smite.
Yep.
9 goes off. So
Oof, these second tests are brutal.
D6 to see what happens. 5, you take D3 mortals. 3.
Incarn, stop casting spells. Just get in there. We need to see the duel between the Incarn
And then she'll do normal Smite
to close the game.
Actually, no. She'll do
Big
6s
fight.
to hit
Let's
auto
go.
wound, unbind souls on you. 6. That will go off. So any Ynnari that hits you, 6 is auto wound.
Okay, so that
In
includes
melee.
her.
In melee.
That includes her.
Yeah, chat. I think this game was close enough that I think had that explosion not gone as poorly as it did for Omar, I actually think that he could be potentially in this game on that final turn. Omar played it so well to use his morale test abilities to clear off Eldari off of his objectives, and using his defensive abilities to try to keep his War Dogs alive as long as possible. Got a little bit unlucky there, unfortunately, in round 3.
Nothing.
To lose out that home objective, because we have to remember that not only did that lose him 4 points on primary, but also it lost him the ability to score his bonus objective that turn. So there's actually ended up being a 7-point swing with how the game ended up.
D-cannons.
I do wonder if maybe there was an undercommittal to that objective or something like that, but I think just the fights over there ended up being the deciding factor of the game, and they just went Dan's way, and I think we saw some excellent combat phase play from both players.
Get in the box.
It was really an exciting game to watch. And watching the Incarn go ham on a Knight's Army obviously is pretty exciting as well.
8,
Bouncing around the table
14, 15, 16, 17.
puts joy in my degenerate heart. I actually think Ynnari's pretty sick. Oh no! And the Abominant does go down eventually. The Incarn stands on its smoldering corpse, and that will certainly be the end of the game. So I think that actually probably cuts Omar to a 4 or 8. So we probably look something like this at the end of the game. So I think it's we end up 74-90. Poor Abominant. I didn't deserve that.
Yep.
But it was cool to see. All right, chat.
Yeah, I control 1.
If you can kill the... No, you can't get grind, so yeah, because I killed 1. Yep.
Right.
So you'll get 4.
So it's 69 and 91.
Fancy app.
Good game.
Good game.
And there is the off-camera handshake. Yeah, just barely got it.
It's a tie.
And that will put Dan into the only undefeated remaining, or finish with Dan as the only undefeated player remaining in the event. Let's take a quick look before we go ahead and close out the stream at the other results that have been submitted for this round. It actually looks like that is basically it. So we do have a couple of results coming in. Throw our window back up here. But this game was very quick. I mean, I imagine that all of Elmer's games were relatively quick, given the fact that he is playing Chaos Knights, and that faction completes its games extremely quickly. Tyler Russo with the Revenant Titan here with a 1-point lead over Sam Black for a... I believe he went 2-1-1 or 2-2-1 with a tie, which is a pretty good record for playing a Revenant Titan. If I do say so myself, congratulations to Tyler for doing that. We also saw Paul Woodman playing his Dark Angels to a 4-run record over Bob Fishbeck's Tau Empire. We have some other interesting pairings. Looks like Steve Pampreen playing against Ramses Al-Qaid. Interested to see how that game ends up. That's a fight for a 4-1. Steve losing it to a 5-point game to our eventual winner, Dan Wilmoth here, and then obviously Dan versus Omar going out in his favor. Ian Power with a rematch against the Knight faction against Ben Swain. But that said, we saw Ian play Omar last round, and Omar was able to out-pilot him. But that said, I think the Imperial Knight's a little bit more susceptible to the ranged attacks because they are built for melee defense, which I think is a really a super powerful build, but unfortunately for him, the Eldari aren't quite as worried about that as a Carnifex list was, as we saw watched Ben play yesterday against a million Carnifexes. So good stuff. That is all of the results that we have submitted now, so I think we'll go ahead and close things out there. Sam Black like the Magic player? No. A different Sam Black. I think there's also a Sam Black who's a YouTuber, right, Chad? He's a prank YouTuber, if I remember correctly. I think I remember like watching an expose about his chicanery. I imagine Sam Black is a pretty common name. Those are pretty common words to stick together to make a name out of. All right, chat. Well, I think that's going to be it for us today and for the coverage of the Webway Games GT. Thanks, everyone, for watching. This GT was sick. We saw some super cool lists being played, and it was cool to see people take a little bit less of a serious tone. Can we get some post-game breakdown from the players? Oh, no, they've taken their mics off already, so we can't hear them. Fair enough. Unfortunately, we are robbed of their wisdom this time around. But, yeah, had a great time this weekend at the Webway Games GT. A lot of people prepping for Nephilim or just playing their the last hurrah of their Nakmund lists before Nephilim. So I think we saw a lot of more interesting, maybe non-standard lists and games being played, which made things super interesting. I mean, like we said, we got to watch a Revenant Titan. We got to watch 15 Carnifexes. We got to watch an Incarn cut up a bunch of Chaos Knights, and all of these matchups were absolutely sweet. So that's awesome. Webway Games is a relatively new store. They only opened last year in, where are we? Marlborough, Massachusetts. And so if you're in the area, they run monthly RTTs as well as, I believe, quarterly GTs is going to be the game plan. But their ultimate goal is to run a 32-man invitational or 32-person invitational. At the end of the year, where the players that have won all of their or placed in all of their subsequent or their previous events will fight for a grand prize. We did have pretty intense prize support for this event. We have $1,000 in prize support, and I believe the winner, which will be Dan Wilmoth, gets a pretty enormous sum of store credit. I think it's $400 for first place, which is a pretty big deal. So there's a lot riding on this game, and the grand prize for their end-of-year invitational is going to be a fully new in-box Warhammer 40k army, which sounds Frickin' sweet, chat. So that's exciting. I'm qualified for it. I'm going to give it a go. I think that'll be a good time. And I know they're also looking to get into streaming their own events here, so it may be that they will oust me when it comes to streaming their future events, but we'll see. Maybe we can work out a deal. That'd be cool. Anyway, I'm going to be live again tomorrow. I have a Pod 27 game, the last pod of T5S2 Season 5 before the season ends at the end of this week. And we can get ready for some Warzone Nephilim action in the T5S2 Season 5 Invitational. So I'm going to be live with that tomorrow at 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, so about 21 hours from now. And I won't lie to you, I don't remember what the matchup is. I'm playing Kraken. What am I playing against? Let's find out together, chat. I am playing against... It is Odysseus, but he plays something new every day. Adeptus Custodes! Chat! Custodian guard. I have no idea how that matchup goes. Holy crap. 1, 2 Contemptor Galatus, 2 Contemptor Achilles, 2 Caladius Grav tanks. Fascinating. All right, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm doing in that matchup. That'll be fun. I'm excited. We'll see. Maybe I'll get rolled over. I think Kraken probably has what it takes, but we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. So tune in for that. Otherwise, I promised to be live last week with Nephilim gameplay, and then the Nephilim releases all came out, and I ended up just making videos about them. So I apologize for that, but I hope to be live this week with more Nephilim gameplay because we have less T5S2 finals going on. So Wednesday through Friday, I'm hoping to get some games in, and maybe even we get some show matches in. I think we can offer a team challenge this season again for T5S2. I wonder who the top 2 teams are. It's probably UU and... Oh, it's Value Town again. Hey. With a shout-out to Tryhard Wargaming. Coming up 3rd place with only 70 points below Value Town. And then 80 points below them, Greek Hammer 40k. Congratulations to all those people. But if we don't see any changes in here, and I think that's mostly Dylan Usher's fault for putting Value Town on the top of the map, we might have a rematch this season between UU and Value Town to warm up for the T5S2 Invitational. I will drop their team leaders some messages and see if we want to do that again. That would be fun. Should we put up a prize pool for that, chat? We probably should. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling about T5S2 stuff, and we'll go ahead and give a raid to somebody. Rats Reeds TTG was giving us a quick shout out there, so we'll go hang out with them. Looks like they're playing some Space Wolves, and we'll watch the Space Wolves get played. I'm partial to some Space Wolves, chat, so we'll go hang out with them. All right, cheers everybody. Enjoy Rats Reeds TTG, and have a good one.